Send me messages if you need anything.
Boop 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 ba doo 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 doo. Feifei! Locomotion? Oh my God almighty. Greetings, friends. Greetings, friends. Guess what? It's time once again to say good morning. Good morning! And to say, it's Tarot Morning Wisdom. With your friend Open Phones. Broadcasting live from the crown jewel of the Côte d'Azur, Nice, France. For the month of May and into June. That's right, Cassia Ann. What up, Grishma? You are here early. But we're all here early. That's how this works. Early in the morning, am I right, friends? Early in the bleeping morning. Oh, Victoria. Happy Friday to you, Feifei. It's great to see you. Great to see you, Locomotion. Oh, we're getting warmed right up here. I've had a full day already of going around with the cards, having fun. France is treating me the love. Oh, thank you, Jessica. Just France is treating me about as well as I could ever ask or expect. Sweet Locomotion. Here, let's bonk down Fats Waller. Oh my God, ladies and gents, friends of all stripes and kinds. It's Tarot Morning Wisdom. My name is Open Phones, and I am here to throw cards at your questions for free. And greetings and salutations to you, sweet Jess. Jess, should we start off with your question? Let me crack this session open. Hi, Gabs. Let's crack this session open with a card for everybody. We're going to set the tone right now. It's time to set the tone. What day is it, Phones? What day is it? I can't remember. It's Friday, May 22nd. What up, Otis Nick? Lebowski, exactly. Perfect. Minus the robe. Now, this time. Anyhow, let's crack this session open, friends. It's time. It's time. What is our tone setter going to tell us before we even explore one question about miscreant dudes? Ready, friends? Let's find out. Whoop. Oh, I love this. New ideas for the weekend, because remember, we're here to talk about the weekend for sure. We're talking about Friday, yes, but we're also talking about the weekend, aren't we? And what do we see inside of this beautiful Page of Swords? Except for, hey, Danny Darko, how you doing? Except for the idea of new ideas and new intellectual terrain. And if we are massively experienced, as I know we all are, then we are encouraged to remember what it was like to not be massively experienced, and to instead bring to the world our sense of curiosity and childlike wonder even, and even a sense of play as we explore the idea of ideas. Can we do that, friends? I know we can. Hey, Kim. Alrighty, friends. Who here has a question for these cards? That's the first question I have. I'm going to bump the music up a little bit this time. Let's see where we can begin. I thought I saw a question drop earlier, but I want to know. There we go. Autist Nick, parentheses 90s, how are you doing? You ask, what does M like the most about me? Hey, Rachel. What up, Jamie? Good morning, Alice. All right, Autist Nick asks. We're getting started right now with you, Autist Nick. Are you ready? Everybody gather around Autist Nick. Hi, Autist Nick. Hi, Autist Nick. What does M like the most about me? Oh, that's a beautiful question for the cards, Autist Nick. What does M, thank you, Rachel, like the most about me, according to the deck? All right, let's find out what the deck has to say to you, Autist Nick. You know that M likes you. But what does M like the most? I'm cutting the cards, Autist Nick. Are you ready? Are you set? Oh, Autist Nick, the Queen of Swords, is here to tell you something about clarity of mind and an empowered clarity of mind. Also, to contrast that clarity of mind, that absolute truthfulness, Autist Nick, with the King of Swords, which is the active and, parenthetically masculine end of the spectrum of lording everybody around with their swords. Here, the Queen is in repose. The Queen's letting the wisdom come to her, Honest Nick. So if I'm reading this card as an interpretation, as an answer to your question about what M likes the most about you, I'd be tempted to read it as your clear mind and your sense of chill around that clear mind. The fact that you can let it come to you, Honest Nick. You don't have to go out and jam it down people's throats. Your truth is your own, and you have inside of that sense of truth a sense of power and peace. Does that hit? Does that describe you, Honest Nick? I hope it does. What up, Teji Maharajan. Thank you. What up, Boricultura? Oh, Honest Nick, I hope so too. Jessica, how you doing, Jessica? Happy Friday. My name is Open Phones. For those who don't know, and this is Tarot Morning Wisdom, where we throw cards at your questions for free. Broadcasting from the south of France, that's right. Freshening it up. Jessica asks, is the path my relationship is currently taking positive in the long run? Well, Jessica, let's find out what the cards have to say. Everybody gather around Jessica. Jessica, hi, Jessica. What's going on in that relationship, Jessica? You're saying, is the path my relationship is currently taking positive in the long run? I wonder how you would define that path right now, Jess. I hope it's feeling positive. You know what I'm saying? Is it feeling positive right now in this moment? Long run aside, I'm curious. Jessica's relationship, positivity, the long run. What up, Steve? Let's find out what the cards have to say. Oh, Queen. If I'm catching a star card on that question where you're saying, is my relationship basically on a positive path in the long run? Boom. This as a card is one of the most positive in the deck, and certainly one of the most divinely positive that the deck has to offer. If I am reading this as any form of a recommendation for you, Jess, it's to maintain your absolute authenticity at the very heart and soul of that relationship, so that no matter what, that authenticity is what's fueling the energy between the two of you, okay? This is a card that demonstrates divine invulnerability. That's what that nudity in the card is there to demonstrate. It's like the Goddess in the Star card requires nothing in the way of earthly clothing because they are perfectly invulnerable inside of their own strength. That's you in your relationship, according to this card, potentially, or it's you and you alone inside that relationship. One way or another, it's an incredibly, incredibly positive card. So I hope that you take it to heart. What's up, Roos? Good morning, Roos. Good morning, Ashley Stamen. Good morning, Jamie. Good morning, Leah Stewart. Good morning, Heidi Henderson. Rachel, get over here, Rachel. How you doing, Queen? Happy Friday, May 22nd, 2026. Rachel, you are here to ask, is Derek just conflicted and spiraling because of a loss of control? What's going on with this Derek? What's going on with this Derek? Rachel and Derek, huh? I'm great, Rachel. Queen, I am fantastic. Thank you, Lawanda Gala. Rachel and Derek. What the hell? Thank you, Heidi Henderson. What's going on with Derek? He's spiraling? Is there spiraling happening? Let's find out. I hope you're okay inside of that, Rachel. Rachel and Derek. Spiraling away. Oh my God. I'm going to go back to your original question so I can make sure that I've got it fully. There it is. Is Derek just conflicted and spiraling due to a loss of control? Cards say, well, a loss of control may be something that is suggested inside of this card, but ultimately, at the very, very core of the fiery Knight of Wands is a sense of passion on a mission, Okay, think about outgoing passion being sent on horseback somewhere to go get something they want, or something that somebody else wants. Maybe a king or a queen is asking for. But one way or another, this is a card that is very directional. All right, this is like there's plenty of cards that can demonstrate spiraling. Spiraling, chaos of the mind. The swords are wonderful at expressing that kind of a sentiment. This is not that energy. This says something in the realm of soul, passion, procreativity, creativity, and spirituality, all rolled into one. And inside of this is somebody who is, again, in hot pursuit of something. Maybe Derek is just feeling the proverbial burn right now. But one thing is for certain, I guess, if you're suggesting that there's a loss of control on the table, this could be a card that would confirm that in a way. But it's not a card of chaos necessarily. It's a card of, again, inspired, passionate energy. Probably kicking you out. Rachel, what's going on? Oh, Cassia Ann. Thank you, Cassia Ann. How you doing? Good morning, Cassia Ann. For those that don't know, my name is Open Phones. This is Tarot Morning Wisdom. That's right. I'm throwing cards at your questions for free. And Cassia Ann kindly says, I will book a personal talk soon. Please do, Cassia Ann. I want to go 13 cards deep with you, Queen. Happy TX Rena is here. What's up? Susu is here. What up, Susu? Let's see here. Who's got a card? I got to look first for the opens. Next to the names to make sure. Oh, hi, IG:Cat X Lover. What are you doing? Let's see if I got it. I don't want to miss any opens, but I think I'm good here. I think I've caught all the opens. So let's see. Hi, Barbie Diara. Barbie Diara. How you doing, Barbie Diara? Welcome to Tarot Morning Wisdom. Let's see here. Put your questions here. How does this work, phones? Well, I'll tell you how it works. You put your questions in the chat, and I read them as soon and as fast as I can, and then I shuffle and I throw. Happy_TX Rena. We have been friends now for so long that the answer has to be yes to your question. And may you have a Friday card pull. What's going on in your life, Happy TX Rena? What's going on in your weekend, huh, Queen? What do we got going on? Well, Happy TX Rena, you caught the High Priestess, which puts you in a very interesting place of beginner's femininity as a concept. What up, Sammy Sosa? So, as a concept, Happy TX Rena, what you're faced with here is the idea of basically duality being born. We're talking about basic form of balance and a feminine emergence from the major arcana that starts, which of course starts in the masculine 1 with the magician and immediately graduates to the 2 of the High Priestess. Conceptually, Queen, this is a card that reminds you that there is an incredible amount of power in discernment. She's guarding something, you see. She's guarding an entrance there, Happy TX Rena. She's making sure that nothing gets past her at all, as she guards the doorway to creation self. Also, I will point out that the High Priestess is, in the tradition of the deck, a virgin priestess. She has yet to, and I guess in her archetypal position, never will become something that creates the life herself, but she makes the life possible. And by life, I mean all forms of creative energy, all forms of creative thought. Do you feel me? How can you apply that to your weekend this weekend, Happy TX Rena? What up, Gina Gasparini? Hey, Lex. Oh, get over here, Lex. Oh, wait. Teji, I need to get to you, Teji. You've been so patient. Hi, Teji. My name is Open Phones. Welcome to Tarot Morning Wisdom, where I throw cards at your questions for free. You got a question, you put it in the chat. I read it as fast as I can. I'm doing it as fast as I can. You want to be generous to me, you send this broadcast to your friends. Share it with your friends. I've been told by the app that that's a very positive algorithmic development. The app Daddy algorithm loves to see shares, right, Lex? Right, Teji? Teji, get over here. Teji needs a card for her Friday, and it is about to hit, Teji. Your Friday card is as follows. Oh, it's a beautiful Queen of Cups, Teji. How can you sit inside of the realm of emotion and feel empowered and receptive? How can you open your heart as widely as possible and allow yourself to receive and allow yourself then to give and be in a beautiful state of flow around the ideas of love, but indeed of all emotion, not just the positive ones, but the negative ones. We aren't scared of so-called negative emotions here on Tarot Morning Wisdom. Absolutely not. We love it all. We understand that the heart is full and strong and ready to take on all emotions. And this queen is an avatar of that power. Teji, step into love this weekend. Missed you too, Lex. Hi, Sarah the Natural Mama. Liz! What up, Liz? How you doing, queen? You're welcome, Teji. Don't forget us, Teji. Teji, don't forget us. Liz. Will Jacob come back? Liz, what's going on, queen? How long's it been, Liz, since Jacob departed? Do we really miss him? Do we? Liz, what's going on, Liz? Are we talking about a dude here or a guy? Dudes demonstrate terrible behavior. Guys, less so. Of course, Hannah, stick with me. Liz is asking, is Jacob gonna come back? Bleeping Jacob. Okay, Liz says, it's been a couple of weeks. We've been together for almost 3 years. Oh my God. Oh, queen. I'm sorry. That's gonna hit like a loss. That is a loss. I'm gonna ask the cards for some advice for you in general about how best to tee up the next beat of your heart as it pertains to Jacob in this moment of loss. Now, okay, wait a minute. Typically, Liz, I'm not one to get all predictive here. You don't see me sitting here with a crystal ball on my lap saying, and the cards say, this is going to happen, this is not going to happen. But I'll offer this to you. It's the Knight of Cups, Liz. You ask, is Jacob going to come back? And the deck responds with somebody on horseback with a cup full of love in their hand, coming back. Potentially. So, if you want to take that into your heart, I welcome that. But also, you know how these cards fall, Liz, or maybe you don't, maybe you're new here. These cards tend to fall directed at the person asking the question. And if I'm reading this card through that lens, Liz, then I might be tempted to read it as an invocation for you to motivate yourself, climb onto your own horse, your own steed, put on your own suit of armor, and get that cup of love out, and maybe consider moving toward Jacob with this open cup of love and see what happens. One way or another, there's movement going on inside of that, and I feel like that's probably better than, it's better than a lot of the cards would have had for just that kind of a question. Do you know what I'm saying? I hope that hits. Oh, Shaquille Oatmeal, get over here. Shaquille Oatmeal. Hi, Lynn. How you doing? It's Tarot Morning Wisdom. My name is Open Phones, and I'm throwing cards at your questions for free all morning long. So be patient. I'm trying to get to everybody. You don't think that I'm not. Shaquille Oatmeal, hi. Everybody gather around Shaquille Oatmeal, please, because they've got a question. Will my new endeavor prosper, or should I go in a different direction? All right, Shaquille. Good morning, Beck. How are you doing? Let's see here. Shaquille's wondering, is everything going to go well with my new endeavor, or should I pack it in? Let me find it. There it is again. Will my new endeavor prosper, or should I go in a different direction? Well, let's find out what the cards have to say. Well, you know what? This is an invocation from the deck, Shaquille Oatmeal, to dial it back down to absolute basics in the realm of thought, ideas. This is not an invocation for you to go in a different direction. This is an invocation for you to find your center right now in the realm of the mind. Do not allow these swords to complicate your world, Queen. Remember, in this deck, the only really correct amount of swords is 1. Every other amount is generally us stabbing ourselves with varying thoughts, errant and otherwise. The number 2 is not doing that. As you can see, we can carry 2 swords. We have 2 hands, 1 for each sword. We can do it. We can avoid emotion inside of this moment. We can avoid sort of the fearfulness that's suggested inside of that, like inside of the Pamela's artwork. Center yourself, says this card, and make sure that your mind is perfectly clear, and then move forward from there. But it's certainly not a card that screams anything about making decisions. Montana, how you doing, Queen Gail? What up, Gail? You know how I saw Gail's question? They had an open next to their name, which means that they clicked the fan club button up there, which 100% makes it very simple and easy for me to see. Hoobie asking, what was I trying to say there? Basically, it makes it easy for me to see your questions. For those of you who are sharing this broadcast, I cannot thank you enough. Thank you. Montana. Gail. Here's Gail's question. Is D telling me the truth about not talking to females romantically on his phone? Or am I tripping? No. Gail, I am sorry to know that D is making your red flags fly up in the air. That gives me pause. Hey, Palesutao. What up, Annabelle? Thank you for these roses. All right. Is D telling me the truth about not talking to females romantically on his phone, or am I tripping? D, huh? Let's see what the cards have to say. Ugh, again, the priestess falls. Now, the priestess, again, if you were here at maybe 5 minutes ago when she just fell, is here to suggest something around protection and discernment and ultimately the wisdom of those two things. All right, Gail? So if I'm catching the priestess on your question about whether you should be suspicious of D, I am not necessarily seeing a judge coming out of the deck screaming he's convicted. What I am seeing is an idea of chastity dropped here, carefulness dropped here, and again, the priestess is what? Again, she's wise. She's wise. So I would say, if I'm you and I'm catching this card, I'm thinking to myself, okay, it's time to be very watchful and very protective of my inner sanctums as it pertains to D. Do I know with 100% certainty that D is doing anything? Well, of course not. The priestess is, you know what I'm saying? Oh, thank you, Miss Tree. Miss Tree said it perfectly. Trust yourself. Reach into the wisdom that you yourself possess. And again, protect thyself. All right? It's not a conviction. We're not here to say that D is a scumbag yet. Yet. Right, Sal? Right, Peggy? Right, Daisy Chain? Woof! The chat is popping off. Annabelle, I love that name. Okay, Karina, get over here, Karina. Look, Karina's here. Everybody say hi to Karina. Hi, Karina. Does Sean want a relationship with me? Karina, do you want a relationship with Sean? Hey, Peggy, good morning. Yes, Hannah, you've been so patient. I'll get to you. What up, George? Oh, my goodness gracious. Does Sean want a relationship with me? Asks. Again, hold on, I gotta go find out. I like to stare into it. Annabelle, a.k.a. Karina. Does Sean want a relationship with Karina? Woo. I'm interested in this, Karina. How much do you want a relationship with Sean? I wonder. Sean plus Karina. Well, interesting. It's the throne of justice coming to speak to you, Karina. And what we see here is not necessarily a confirmation of whether Sean wants a relationship or not. It's my deck saying something to you directly about the requirement that you maintain contact with your sword of truth and your scales of balance, and make sure that you are prioritizing judgment inside of this moment, all right? Without knowing the plot of the Karina plus Sean situation, all I can tell you is that this goddess does not show up unless there's something to be paid attention to, and perhaps at the expense of allowing oneself to get all carried away in the realm of emotion or in the realm of passion. You know what I'm saying? So if you feel like that applies to you and Sean, if you feel like the Sean plus you situation has you all on fire or all swimming inside of the emotional water, well, this goddess is here to say, yo, in this moment, maybe it's time to just pick up some clarity and really, really tune into the situation. and trust yourself and trust your own judgment. That's a huge message at the core of this card. You can see it suggested in the very subtle way that the goddess of justice has their knee against this scale. They don't require a full rule book. They don't require orthodoxy. They trust their judgment, all right? So please trust your judgment in this moment and consider whether or not it might be time to plunge forward into that situation and find out for yourself. Oh, Palessa Tao, you have been so kind. You've shared this broadcast with 1 billion people. I just watched you do it. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Queen. Sifakazi, oh, what a beautiful name. Will I get the head office by July? Okay, it's a simple question. Let's find out what the cards have to say. Will Sifakazi get the head office job, which they so richly deserve, by July? Well, it's hard not to become happy upon the sight of the Four of Wands, Sifakazi. Look at this card. It's a card of celebration, isn't it? It's a card of the celebration of creativity inside of those wands, right, Sifakazi? What version of creativity, you could say? Well, number 4 suggests the creativity that has manifested, Sifakazi. So all I can tell you is, if we choose to allow this deck to be the least bit predictive, as sometimes our hearts beg us to, then sure, absolutely. But if you also read this card as a form of advice aimed at your present moment, then that advice would be to make sure that you are in as stable a position inside of your own creative world, your own fiery self, as you possibly can be, to make room for manifesting in the real world all those things that you so deeply desire and deserve. Okay, Sifakazi? I hope that hits. Don't forget us, Sifakazi. Don't forget us. Let's see here. Okay, Sal, you have been so patient. I've seen your name since the very beginning of the broadcast. Come here, Sal. Everybody say hi to Sal. Hi, Sal. How you doing, Sal? My name is Open Phones. This is Tarot Morning Wisdom, where I throw cards at your questions for free. And Sal, you're just like, look, it's simple. I just need to know, any messages from my guardian angel? Well, I don't know, Sal. Let's find out. Sal, how are you doing on a Friday? That's my question for you, Sal. What's going on? Congratulations on having a guardian angel. I love that idea. I'm coming closer and closer to embracing that idea, Sal. Yes, Hannah, you can go next. Remind me of your question, Angel. All right, Sal's like, yo, any messages from my guardian angel, please? Cards say, Sal, your angel has a big message for you according to my deck, and that is to set yourself free from the godless material universe in each and every one of its terrible forms. Now remember, Sal, this devil is certainly not, ultimately at the end of the day, there to ruin us unless we allow the devil to ruin us. Remember, Sal, that these chains are not binding inside of Pamela Coleman Smith's beautiful artwork. No, these are optional. And that's the ultimate message of this devil. And I'll also remind you what Eliphaz Levi says about this devil, which is that the devil is simply when we turn our back on divinity in whichever form or fashion you care to carry that word. Our best selves, Sal. You turn your back on that light, you cast a shadow in the shape of this guy. But this is here to be transcended, essentially, and ultimately your guardian angel is probably begging you to do some version of just that. Also, there is the Jodorowskian angle on this, which suggests that if we're strong enough, and that's a huge if, then yes, there is incredible power here and creativity and inspiration. Of course there is. We all know that, but I hate to be up here just like banging the table with that particular interpretation when I know so many of us, including myself, need to be reminded that all the things that we have going on that feel like chains are completely there for us to walk away from when we are strong enough to do so. I hope that hits, sweet Sal. Now, Hannah Kasunia, you've been so patient also. Thank you for coming by, Hannah. Everybody say hi to Hannah. Hi, Hannah. Can you read for me and tell me what I need to know? Same kind of question. Is it, I just need to know what these cards. Please. Hi, Gina. How you doing? You're welcome, Sal. Don't forget us, Sal. Now Hannah's coming to the table saying, God, but please, phones, please. What can you tell us that's going to help us here? All right, Hannah, are you ready? What do you need to know? The deck's about to tell you. What do you need to know, you ask? And the deck says you need to know that it's time for you to it's time for you to prioritize the absolute airy. I hate, it's not entirely without emotion, but it's a superseding emotion. The truth. It's the Queen of Swords. And the Queen of Swords is here to say that there is tremendous power in our ability to see what's really happening. All right? Is this Queen here to give you a message about how you need to calibrate your energy in the coming days towards and what more away from the oftentimes more hectic and confusing versions of energy that we find inside of fire and or water? Think, says the Queen of Swords. And also, watch and see. Don't necessarily go into active mode here. You don't see her running around very much. You don't see her running around at all. She's the Queen. She's letting it come to her. All right, Queen? I hope that hits. You say, I'm in a very calm way and such a, well, good. The Queen is there to say, like, maintain and also to, focus on what is. I guess that'd be the best way I can put that, because there's power inside of that. I hope that hits, sweet Hannah. Don't forget us, Hannah. Barbie Diarra. Barbie Diarra, see. What up, Barbie Diarra? You're sitting at number 3. I love that. Thank you, Floki's mom. Barbie Diarra. Hi, my name is Open Phones. Welcome to Tarot Morning Wisdom, where I throw cards at your questions for free. Now, Barbie, you've got a good one. Do I have a good relationship with Julio? Barbie, I'm going to shuffle and cut. And then I'm going to ask you, do you have a good relationship with Julio? Tell me about you and Julio. What's going on? Why are you asking strangers on the internet about your relationship with Julio? Is there something creating question marks in your mind? Barbie is asking. Hey, Mona, how you doing? Barbie is asking. Oh, Floki's mom. Thank you, Floki's mom. All right. Barbie's asking, do I have a good relationship with Julio? Look who's here. Not the Queen of Swords, but the King. Suggesting that, Barbie, it's upon you to bring out your sword of truth right now and to actively seek answers in this Julio situation. To put your heart aside, your soul aside, not permanently, but for the time being, as you sit there inside of your question marks around you and Julio and whether it's a good relationship, this king, if you talk to this king, is there to say, hey, better go find out. Better go find out exactly what the rumpus is in this relationship, because I am not here, says the king, to be deceived. I will not be deceived. That is absolutely not what my function is. Okay, Barbie? You say, we started talking in early 2024 and nothing yet. He has been consistent with communicating. Okay, well, look. What do you want from the situation? The King of Swords is reaching for some form of truth there for you, all right? Patty Sue, how you doing? MP_STL, how are you doing? Oh my gosh, Tarot Morning Wisdom, friends. It's a Friday. We made it. We made it to the weekend almost. Right, Tamara? Tamara, get over here. You just caught my eye. Barbie, the king doesn't wait around for people to make steps. The king takes steps. Tamara Levi Zalmanson asks, am I going to be happy? Am I going to be happy and healthy? And I'm going to gently tweak your beautiful question, Tamara, for my deck. And I'm going to say, how am I going to be happy and healthy? How am I going to be happy and healthy? Tamara asks. Let's find out what the cards have to say. You know I'm going to get to you, Floki's mom. Tamara asks, how am I going to be happy and healthy? Honey, I'm sorry that you're struggling in this. I'm really sorry. But I am here to tell you that you've got the power. Everybody say hi to Tamara. Tamara, Tamara. You are going to be happy and healthy. You have to hold that in your mind. It's essential. It's essential. If you're actually going to pull it off, step one in being happy and healthy is believing that you can be happy and healthy. If that's not happening right now, then that is job number one, because you need to create space up in there for that happiness and healthiness to grow. How? What did I just say? Tamara, it's the Two of Swords again saying, yeah, you need to simplify everything inside of your mind and create some form of balance and peace inside of there as the core engine of your quest toward happiness and healthiness, all right? Just for the record, I mean, can you imagine if I had taken your question as written and said, well, is Tamara going to be happy and healthy again? And caught any form of a negative card, what that would have done to you? Why would we ever want this deck to work that way, Tamara? We cannot let that that sort of approach to these cards out into the world. It's not healthy or happy. And these cards are designed to show the way toward health and happiness. Here, Tamara, you're being beckoned towards simplicity in the realm of the brain. Find ways to create space inside of your mind that have labels on them called future happiness and future healthiness. And then you come back and you let us know how it goes. I want to know, Tamara. You know I'm with you. I am with you. Christ! Hey, Christ! Christ says, you are by far the best hands down tarot reader on talk, and we've seen that. Christ! Thank you! Can I call you Jesus? I love this. Thank you for that compliment, Christ. I with all sincerity, that means the world to me. I really, really appreciate that. Let's get in here. I know I've been skipping. I gotta look for opens. Good morning, Shelly Hill. What's an open, folks? If you click the fan club, you get a little open next to your name, and you get access to some very interesting emojis. Right, Patty Sue? Right, George28? Let's see here. Hannah, okay, there's one. Floki's mom. Everybody say hi to Floki's mom. A longtime friend and supporter of Tarot Morning Wisdom with your friend here, Open Phone, where I throw cards at your questions for free. Floki's mom says, could I please get a general? And you know that I'm going to give Floki's mom... Oh, Beck is there saying they're washing baby bottles. I'm going to give Floki's mom a general drop here because Floki's mom and I have had not one but two private one-on-one tarot reads together on Zoom, which you too can pursue. All you need to do is reach out to me in DMs or hit me in the links and we can find out how. Anywho, last time we checked in with Floki's mom, they were, I think they were navigating the romantic waters of seeing not one but two suitors, and I think the suitors were best friends. Let's find out what the cards have to say in this moment. Any updates, Floki's mom? I'm still just so happy for you that you have found yourself back in the game, because I know that that's what you were very interested in doing. Getting back in the game. I want to get back in the game. Boy, howdy, it seems like you have succeeded at that. Okay, Floki's mom, are you ready? Show burn. Look! It's the Page of Cups, Floki's mom. Now, I just got done explaining how you kind of already are embodying this card by virtue... Okay, wait. Floki's mom says, tonight's kind of a special night with the boy I like the most, though. Okay, good. Here is a very happy, promising, optimistic card called the Page of Cups, which is a cup of what again? New love. New love. Beautiful. Now, it's also a reminder. What's up, Bruce? It's also a reminder that the pages don't necessarily always know what the pages are up to. They don't necessarily know how to do what they want to do. So if this card is aiming at that boy energy, it could be a little heads up that they might not exactly have their game necessarily in order, but that's fine. If it's not and it's aimed at you, I like it best as a suggestion to go have fun, to stay inside of the fun. Don't get all serious like a queen. Don't get all serious like a king. Don't get all serious like a knight. Hang out here with this page and enjoy yourself, number one, and the two of you together. I hope that hits. A big night, huh? Good luck, first of all. Just have a great night. I love the pages as avatars of joyfulness. You know what I mean? Like, sure, we can always talk about the pages as not knowing what they're doing. Oh, what are the pages doing? We don't know. But I also, like, for those of us who do know what we're doing, when we get a page, I think we should always consider having fun on purpose. Like, choosing fun. You know what I'm saying? Opting in for fun. Right, Joanne Lawson? Alrighty. It's time now for me to reboot my little speech and say, it's Tarot Morning Wisdom. My name is Open Phones. Gina Upchurch, thank you for joining the fan club. I'm so grateful to you. Gina, do you have a, oh, there we go. Gina, get in here. Oh my God. Everybody say hello to Gina Upchurch 501. Hi, Gina. Gina, you've got a beautiful question that I have seen up here in different forms now a lot. And I'm going to go find it. There it is. Please, phones. Can the cards tell me if I'll ever find true love? Gina. Angel. Of course you look at it this way. As I shuffle, Gina, I'm going to say this. In my opinion, of course you can find true love. Yes. In as much as true love exists in the form that you may or may, I don't know exactly what you're holding in your heart, Gina. Maybe you've got some insane ideal that I can't be aware of. But assuming that you've got something in your mind that is calibrated to reality itself, it's like then of course the answer is yes, you can find it. What I'm going to ask the deck is, how can you best organize your internal world towards strength so that when you step out of the house, and again, what I always say, the Tarot Morning Wisdom rule number one of finding true love is what again? Scream it with me, everybody. You have to leave the house. I know. I don't make the rules, Gina. Let's find out what the deck has to say about how you can organize your spiritual world, your passionate world, your intellectual world, and your physical world to best calibrate the magnetism that you require to attract to yourself true love. Whoa, Gina. The World card has dropped upon this. Now, this is a very loud and broad symbol that we see here, sweet Gina. We see something, first of all, let's take it down to brass tacks. Brass tacks, what do we got here? We got the climactic crescendo moment of the major arcana, Gina. We have paradise self depicted inside of this card, if we wanted. But unless the card is literally saying saying directly to you, yeah, Gina, you're gonna get it all. You're gonna get it all, Gina. And I would love for the card to say that to you. I hope that's true. But if the card has additional information for you, it might be something about making very, very, very large changes in the way that you are carrying your world or what defines your world, okay? It's big, it's positive. Never forget how positive this card is. But it could be calling you towards a very substantial shift in like your entire existence from across each and every one of the four elements. Gina, did you just disappear from the broadcast as I was going on this spiel? I hope you didn't. I haven't seen your name pop up. But this card says everything is possible. Everything is possible for you. It might just be verbalizing some, thank you, I'm no angel. It might be verbalizing something to you about needing to make a very large-scale transition also. I hope you're still here. I hope that hits for you, Gina. Thank you for coming by. Thank you for joining the fan club. And thank you for asking and trusting us here at Tarot Morning Wisdom with your question. Miss Tree. What up, Karenita? Miss Tree. Hi, Miss Tree. Card for my love life? Asks Miss Tree. I'm only attracting young guys right now, but I'm looking for power couple vibes. Round of applause to Miss Tree. Miss Tree is attracting younger guys. Bravo. That is, look, you gotta take, I'm sorry. No, I'm not being sarcastic. That says me that your energy is young. Your energy is vibrant. We like this. We like this. That says that you're out there, that you're getting out there and you're experiencing what is on offer in every single facet of the world. Get out there and do it. Get out there and do it. But I hear what you're saying. You want to tweak the magnetism a little bit. And if there's one thing I think that we can all agree with, it's that young guys are never really going to make it in the power couple realm necessarily. Look, are they fun? Yes. To a certain extent, sure. But you want somebody that's your equal. Right, Miss Tree? So let's find out what the cards have to say about... There it is. Tweak the magnetism. How about tweaking the magnetism to bring in somebody who you would consider more of an equal? Okay? Here we go. Miss Tree is looking to tweak the magnetism, looking for more of an equal. Wow. Well, Miss Tree, the cards here are bringing to your table something in the realm of absolute transcendence of planes here. Now, it's such a big, loud card, the Judgment card. I'll just describe its position inside of the Major Arcana and see how it hits for you. What up, Stacy Couch? So, you remember that world card that we just saw, that card number 21? That's Paradise, Paradise Self. Well, the very next card, if we go downward from Paradise, Paradise Self, is the birth canal from which Paradise either enters or, it's basically the doorway between worlds, okay? So there's lots of doorways between worlds in the Major Arcana, but they sort of increase in stature as you go along. And this is the big bad. This is the best one. This is the one that says massive upgrade. Massive change of perspective across all four planes. It's a massive form of inspiration that is packed inside of this card also. How can you tweak the magnetism? Whew. I mean, I would have to actually, we should talk. How can you tweak the magnetism? Yes, there is power inside of this card, and yes, you should claim it. But I would hope that what you're seeing inside of this is something that you can connect to as, oh, okay, I get it. I gotta really go for that. You know what I'm saying? Really reach for a very new upward tilt towards a more powerful experience. Does that hit? Either way, congratulations again for being out there and going out and getting what you want and getting what you deserve. I'm no angel. You've got an open next to your name, which tells me that you joined the fan club, which means that you... What up, Ebony? I want to read your cards, Ebony. I got to do I'm no angel first, but stick around, please. Angel says, what do you got for me? I'll tell you what I got for you. I got a card. It's Tarot Morning Wisdom, friends. My name is Open Phones. And I'm throwing cards at your questions for free. Ooh, thanks. Well, groovy, Roos. Roos says, I gave our Heartmeet a new look. Check it out. It's very cool. All right. Angel, are you ready to find out what the cards have for you? Yep. Pardon me. Angel, what the cards have for you is a powerful hermit. Now, what does that mean? Well, look, Angel, whenever you catch this hermit, there is, I guess, where do I feel this hermit hit the most for me in this moment? Whenever I see this hermit, I understand that I'm being called towards something around the idea of deepest power, deepest strength. Because ultimately in the upward tilting ladder, to paradise that is the major arcana. This card is falling after that number 8 in strength, saying, yes, I have the power, now I need to go use it. And all of the 9s in this deck are calibrated towards exercising that kind of power, towards a goal that you want, towards a goal that may or may not be that easy to attain. I will also pull this out of the Hermit for you, which is that, in my experience, when I'm being placed into this Hermit by fate or whatever, I am earning my way there every step of the way. There is work inside. Work inside of this card. I am not trying to alarm you, but I'm just giving you the heads up that when I see this card hit, I know that I'm being asked to step into something in the realm of power that may not actually be the most comfortable, but is always there as a necessity to make it to that beautiful, thank you, Magnolia, that beautiful Wheel of Fortune at 10, wherein we step into the beautiful spiral of life. Also, this Hermit is readable as a simple symbol of deep, deep, deep wisdom. And so if you are being called towards that wisdom in any way, shape, or form, then bing, like that. Like that. Oh my gosh. Magnolia says, our community just teared up. Well, I'm all for that. You're welcome, Angel, and let us know how it goes. It's real. The Hermit energy is powerful, and yes, it's lonely sometimes. All right. Whew. Right. Whew. Don't forget to give yourself plenty of room to recover when you're inside that, and really treat yourself well. What up, David Cunningham? How are you doing? Oh. Floki's mom, thank you for saying that. Floki's mom says that they've sobbed at both of their private readings. I really, really, really cannot express enough how I am deeply interested in engaging in longer form private readings with each and every one of you. We can go 13 cards deep on whatever topic you would desire, any number of topics, really. It's what we're doing there is setting aside time for us to interact one-on-one via Zoom, face-to-face, through the screen, and we can just communicate using the cards as a way to throw light into the shadow. If you are interested in that, please. Yes, Floki's mom also points out that generally they are recorded and posted in a private YouTube place for you to refer back to them. You know what I mean? So that you can check them out down the road and see how the interpretations have evolved for you. One way or another, if you are interested in something like that, please do not hesitate to reach out or visit the links where you will have every single option ahead of you. I'll also offer this up as a little teaser for the people that are loyal to this broadcast. I am about to announce something that will arrive in the Patreon form that I hope you guys will be interested in checking out. That's going to have to do with going back in time through our TikTok streams, through our one-card drops, and compiling them and seeing what that does. Right? Interesting. Anyway, I'll have more to say about that in the coming week or so. Ebony, you have been so patient, Queen. Get over here, Ebony Campbell. Everybody say hello to Ebony Campbell, newcomer to Tarot Morning Wisdom. Hi, Ebony. What up, Deepa Karki? How you doing? Joanne, I'm happy to give it a swing. I would certainly never sell myself as somebody who has like that John Edward touch. But you know, I think we open it up to the... Thank you, Tammy63. If you guys have it in you to share this with your friends, I've been told that the algorithm loves that. Now, where was I? Ebony, newcomer Ebony. Hi, Ebony. You have never had a reading before, and I hope you have the time to give you one. I do have the time. Ebony, are you with us still? Did I get you in time? Did you? There you are. Good. Let's see. Hi, Shema. I'll get to you as soon as I can. Joanne, you know, I think I said I wouldn't try to actually put that forward, but I've had the cards fall in all kinds of weird ways. Ebony, prepare for your... First of all, is there a question? What up, AAFT_9? Hey, bitty girl, how you doing? All right, Ebony, I'm going to drop a card on you, and that's going to be the card that's going to be your very first tarot read ever. Oh, man, thank you for trusting this stranger on the internet with your very first read. Deepa, I'm going to approve that. I want to answer your question. Ready, Ebony? Drum roll. How is Ebony Campbell's tarot card career going to begin? What will the cards have to say as a way of introduction to you, sweet Ebony? Let's find out. Oh, Ebony, sometimes these cards offer advice, and sometimes they offer instruction, and this is one of those times where I think you are being offered instruction in the realm of the mind. The swords, Ebony, are symbols of human thought, and the more swords you see inside these cards, the more complicated the mind that's being discussed is. Here we see the 5 of swords, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And all of this kind of like esoteric artwork to the side. I think that what we're being called towards here, Ebony, is the idea of needing to lead one's way out of a disappointing situation that could potentially be some form of quicksand otherwise. Like, you do not want to get stuck inside of an aftermath and find yourself unable to move past certain things. This 5 of swords is there to say, yo, maybe it's time to find a way past something towards the self-love 6s, towards the self-protective self-love 6s. All right? Maybe, I don't know what your specifics are, Ebony, so I can't get too, proscriptive here, except to say that whenever I see this card, I know that I have some work to do in the realm of the mind to organize my mind and give it direction away from something that I no longer wish to have defining my day-to-day mental existence. I hope that hits. I pray that hits. Let's see here. Who all here? We got Wicked Gons. Hi, Gons. We got Tina Wright. I promised Tammy that I would get into there because Tammy was like literally sharing. Tammy, did you ask your question, sweet Tammy? I'm looking for it. Could you ask it again if you... I don't know. I can't find it yet. Tammy, if you got a question, let me know what it is. Let's see. Ebony says, your parents have been having relationship troubles and you've been trying to help them get through it, but it's taking a big toll on me. Honey, like those relationship troubles are theirs. I understand like the impulse to be a part of it, but maybe that impulse is a misplaced one. The one thing I would say about that 5 of swords then is that it's time to really push on your own behalf. All right, push on your own behalf. Thank you, Cody. Cody, that was kind. You don't want this to be taking a massive toll on you. Do you feel me? Okay, Joanne, I'll get you. Wait, Jojo, do you just need a car for the day? Tell me again. Stephanie Jan. What's up, Stephanie Jan? How you doing, Queen? I'm going to finish this little weird puzzle they make you do on the screen. I'm going to say, how? Okay, sorry. Stephanie Jan, hi. My name is Open Phones. How are you doing? Welcome to Tarot Morning Wisdom. Maybe you've been here before, Stephanie Jan. Stephanie says, what's Hoey's feelings towards me? Let's find out, Stephanie Jan. What's Hoey's feelings towards me? It's simple. Deck, can we find out? I'm doing great, Stephanie. Tell me what you can about Hoey's feelings towards Stephanie. Shema, no, I did not. I am doing the best I can. Re-ask your question, please. What are Hoey's feelings towards Stephanie right now? Look who's back. The Judgment card. Ba-boom. Now, obviously, Stephanie, if you are in the middle of some plot line around Hoey that the word judgment is attaching to, and you can just say to yourself, I get it. He's judging me. Great. It's on offer. But this card doesn't really attach to the idea of judgment in that sense. No. This is the birth canal to paradise. This is, therefore, a symbol of deepest and most powerful transcendence of planes from, I guess, in the context of the deck, from our universe to the next universe, all right? It's a massive doorway. Perhaps it's suggestive that Hoey is seeking some kind of an evolutionary shift upward with you. Does that hit? Is there a possibility that that's true? let me know. I hope it does, Steph. There you are, Shema. Shema, you have been so patient. Thank you, Shema. My name is Open Phones, for those who don't know. And this is Tarot Morning Wisdom, where we throw cards at your questions for free. And Shema's got a banger. Is Shaquille coming back? Is he? I'm sorry that you're missing a Shaquille. Shema. Everybody gather around Shema. Look, Shema lost her Shaquille. It's not easy or fun to lose any kind of a Shaquille, let alone one you actually care about. Shema, you're here now, and you're asking a stranger on the internet whether this person, and I'm smelling it, is it a dude that we're talking about? Is Shaquille a dude? Whether this person is going to come back, I don't know, and my deck can very rarely predict the behavior of any dudes whatsoever, at least not the ones that we mostly encounter up here at Tarot Morning Wisdom. It's not like the most savory bunch of dudes that you ever bleep and see, right, Christy Dunlap Farr? Generally, we're confronted with subpar dudes up here at Tarot Morning Wisdom. Anywho, that doesn't necessarily have to apply to Shaquille. You're asking, is Shaquille coming back? And I'm just going to throw it at the deck, and we're going to see what happens. It's free as free can be, Ari. Free as free can be. Thank you, Carrie. All right. Here we go, Shema. Shema and Shaquille. Is Shaquille coming back? Asks Shema. Cards say, look, I don't know exactly how this card applies to your situation, Shema. But if I'm reading this for you, Shema, I'm seeing the 3 of Pentacles, suggesting that it is time to actually work toward something that potentially connects to the situation. This is not work of the imagination, Shema, and this is not work of the heart, and this is not brainstorming in the mind. This is actualizing something in the realm of the material world. So wait a minute. Is this a card that attaches to Shaquille where it's like, no, Shaquille is too busy working? Possibly. But if I'm not aiming this at Shaquille and instead aiming it at you, then there is elemental growth suggested here in the realm of materializing something. Now, when you say that, Phones, do you mean like I got to go out and get a second job so I can make more money? No. What I'm saying is that somewhere in the realm of the material, like health, potentially health, anywhere around nature, there is a requirement to grow, to make, to take something that's alive inside the imagination and make it so in the real world. It's not a romantic card out the box, Shema. It's actually more of an assignment to go do something real, and find out where that leads you. But if you can apply it to your Shaquille situation, well, then you go and do that. But one way or another, you let us know how it goes, and I hope that hits for you. Boop-a-doop-a-doo-doo-doo. Cody from Columbus is here. Wait a minute, I'm going to get to you, Ari, because I like your question. Everybody say hello to Ari. Ari, how you doing? Ari wanders in. Ari says, is this free? I say, you better believe it's free. It's as free can be. Put your wallets away. Put your bleeping wallets away, Cody. Put your wallets away, Cat Van Gen 29. It's free as the day is long. Now, Ari, you happen to ask a question that I just instantly liked, so I'm about to drop a card on you. And then I'm going to do you, Cody from Columbus. Ari asks, does somebody hate me? Ari? What's going on, Ari? Ari? Why would somebody hate you? Let's just find out. I'm dying to know what the cards are going to tell you about this, and me. Ari wants to know if somebody's actively hating them. Did someone hate me? Ari, you're saying, are we talking about past tense now? I want to make sure I get the question correct. Ari asks, hi, Amanda. Ask your question in the chat, Amanda, and we'll get to it. I'm Open Phones. What's up? This is Tarot Morning Wisdom, where I throw cards at your questions for free. And Ari says, did somebody hate me? And the cards say, yeah, Roos. Roos says, if they do, then that's their loss. Amen to that. Ari, does somebody hate you? Well, look, this is a card not about hatred. This is a card about making something actual, all right? Can you see that? Can you see it? Can you see the sense of needing to turn something that has been inside of your mind, your imagination, into something that is living inside of the realm of the real? This is not a card that speaks to conflict in the realms of hatred so much as it does basically the purity of materialized form. This is the ultimate avatar of health, yes, wealth, sure, nature, 100%, but it's also there as a comparative energy to contrast against the realms of the heart, the realms of the soul, the realms of the mind. Ari, it's a big, broad symbol. It doesn't say anything about hating you or drama. So I'm wondering how it connects to you in particular. Maybe you'll let us know. Maybe you'll let us know, Ari. Oh my God. It's Tarot Morning Wisdom, friends. Broadcasting from the crown jewel of the Côte d'Azur, Nice, France, for the remainder of the month and into June. Hi, Eileen Delaney. Yo, JC93111. Hi! Amanda's here, and Amanda's asking something about their husband. I want to get to you, Amanda. I want to make sure I'm not skipping any of the hopes. Oh, Cody! Get over here, Cody from Columbus. Cody from Columbus has been with us for a long time. Since the beginning, since the early 2026 era, when I was shell-shocked wearing a bathrobe. Wandering onto TikTok for the first time, going like, I don't know, maybe this is a solution to something. Turns out it was. Ready, Cody from Columbus. What can I do today to get closer to where I want to be financially? Okay. All right, Cody from Columbus, let's take a look. Cody from Columbus wants to know what they can do today to increase their chances of success in the realm of finance. Well, Cody from Columbus, let's find out what the cards have to say. Yeah. Whoa, Cody from Columbus. Number 13 has dropped. Boom. Now, because I think we're all sophisticates here at Tarot Morning Wisdom, we don't need to be told something about like how this card is not a literal depiction of mortality 99 out of 100 times. Sure, Cody from Columbus, if I were a less responsible tarot reader, I could go on some like ill-advised spiel about about like inheriting something. Open phones, I never asked for it. I need another card to clarify that. Queen, King, you better believe it. Here it comes, Cody from Columbus. Clarity card for Cody from Columbus. This doesn't happen a lot, but it's happening right now. Boom. Jesus. So, Cody from Columbus, you are seeing something ending, that something new may begin, and you are seeing a transcendent moment that is leading to paradise self. Cody from Columbus, is this the clarity that you seek? Cody from Columbus, when are we going to go 13 cards deep? My God. It seems like you've got a lot going on. Or at least a lot of energy at your fingertips. Now, you asked about finances in this. So if I'm reading this card towards your financial situation, I am starting at the idea of something that has been going on coming to an end, so that something new can be born from that shift, that evolutionary shift upward. And then a card of clarity drops on that saying, yeah, it's time to really transcend and go someplace dramatically different and dramatically better than from which you are emanating. But again, these cards are so loud and powerful, it's tempting for me to just like throw asterisks all over that in case, like, because I'm just like, Jesus God, what I don't know what exactly I'm recommending here, if anything, or what the cards are. All I'm just saying to you is it's large, powerful energy that's being, okay, you say, I know, so big and powerful makes it confusing, Cody, yeah. Big changes, largest format changes as that you can. I mean, if I'm you and I'm saying those questions and I'm seeing this, I'm reaching for the most, intense forms of change and evolution that I can as sort of like the playing pieces for whatever I'm, like what should I do? Well, it better matter. It better be very, very like meaningful and really, really live up to those ideas of evolving upward. Both of these cards are aimed in the direction of transcendence. So how can you channel a transcendent notion or two towards the idea of financial improvement? On the bottom of the deck, the Wheel of Fortune. Don't go to the casino, Cody. Don't go to the casino. I think Columbus has casinos now. Don't go to the casino just because I showed you the Wheel of Fortune. Instead, remember that this is a card that depicts two things. What it is to be trapped inside of the closed circle of repetitive experience and what it means to break that circle into a spiral and be set free. Big evolution for Cody from Columbus. I hope that these cards all hit for you. Hey, Carmina, how you doing? Hey, Ava Ekis 9, what's up? Hi, Kayleen. Hi, Haley. Let's see here. Maggie is here. Eileen, I am looking for opens. What up, Haley Hausman? I am looking for opens just in case Lauren thinks I look like Howie Mandel. That's touching. Eileen, get over here, Eileen Delaney. You've been so generous. I see that you've been super generous so far this morning. Thank you. Hi, my name is Open Phones. This is Tarot Morning Wisdom, where I throw cards at your questions for free. Eileen says, will Michael W. contact me very soon? Eileen, I hope that Michael W. contacts you very soon, if that's what you desire. Let's find out what the cards have to say about that, huh? Sometimes the cards will just answer those questions directly. Sometimes the cards are going to give you a piece of advice. Usually it's both. Eileen asks, will Michael W. contact me very soon? Cards say, Queen, it's the Knight of Cups. So I have to say to you two different things. Yes, there is a way to read this card that says, sure, he's on his horseback right now, all right? Michael W. is on his horseback of love. You could read this card as saying, and you can just sit there on the sofa and wait for the doorbell to ring. Now, does that hit though? Or, Eileen, is this card beckoning you towards your horseback and you towards your action so that you can go pursue what you want in the realm of, yes, emotion? It's an empowering card, Eileen. It's a card that bodes well. The deck's not going to tell you to do that unless there's a good reason, I would hope. You feel me, Eileen? Let us know how it goes. Oh my goodness, it's Open Phones, it's Tarot Morning Wisdom. We got Ava Ekis here, we got Kayleen here. Ooh, Kayleen, I have to read that question. Hi, Kayleen, I think you're new here. My name is Open Phones, this is Tarot Morning Wisdom, where I throw cards at your questions for free. If you have it in you to share this broadcast with your friends, I've been told that's an incredibly valuable thing. Kayleen, now you have a question. Does Lewis have eyes for other women? Kayleen, are we not trusting of Lewis? What's up with this Lewis situation anyway? What's up, Seb? Huh, Kayleen? What's the evidence on the table, Kayleen? Hey, Jody. Kayleen, why are you up here asking a stranger on the internet if Lewis has eyes for other women? What has made you think that? Maybe you're just double checking. You see him have eyes for other women. Well, Queen. Okay. You see him have eyes for other women, so you don't need to ask me if Lewis has eyes for other women. You know that. What I'm going to give you right now is my deck's piece of advice for what you can do in this moment where you know that Lewis has eyes for other women. Now look. We all know the Lewises of the world. And they all tend to have eyes for other women, no matter what's concerned. But we don't know how loyal Lewis is, do we? That's why I'm going to hold back. I'm not going to go on a full-on rant. Just because Lewis has eyes for other women doesn't mean that he's like all these dudes that come through the Tarot Morning Wisdom Chat that, boy, hire an exorcist, right, Mystery? All right, well, here we go. Does Lewis have eyes for other women? Yeah, we know he does. What can Kayleen do in this moment? Look, Queen, you've got to ground yourself, hun. You got to ground yourself in the realm of health. You got to ground yourself in the realm of basically your entire material world. This is the Queen of Pentacles. It's Mother Earth, all right? Is Mother Earth disempowered by Lewis? No! She's the queen of all materiality. And this is also, I always start this right in the realm of health. Kayleen, are you being as empowered in the realm of your own health across each and every one of those sectors as you can be? Because if you're not, then this Queen of Pentacles wants to talk to you about doing just that, all right? Yeah, you know, Lewis may have a wandering eye, but this Queen of Pentacles is not going to sit around and A, tolerate that for even a minute, B, fall off in the realms of that matter the most, the realms of their health and of their material circumstance, okay? So however this connects to you, Kayleen, make sure that you can look this queen in the eye and say, yes, I am doing everything I need to do to take care of myself in this moment. Lewis or no Lewis. Right, Jocelyn? Now, Jocelyn has... Wait. Kayleen says, he says, I have his heart, but looks at other women. So he admits to it. That's fine. Look, Kayleen, the Queen of Pentacles just wants you to take care of yourself, all right? If you can say that you're doing that, then we're good here. You feel me? Do you feel me? But Kayleen, please don't hesitate to come back and let us know. We need updates, Queen. We need to know what's going on. Try to grab my water. Ugh. Good. Thank you. All right. Let's see here. I was about to read Jocelyn because Jocelyn had not a Lewis, but a Luis. Hi, Jocelyn. Everybody say hello to Jocelyn, please. Welcome to Tarot Morning Wisdom. Jocelyn, my name is Open Phones. Welcome, in case you haven't been here before. Will Luis reach out? Hey, Warrior Queen. I know you have a question, Warrior Queen. I don't want to skip your question. Like, if you could just re-ask it for me, I'll come back to you, I promise. Okay, Jocelyn, you've got a question about Luis. Will Luis reach out? Let's find out. What's the plot there, Jocelyn? What's the plot? Are you guys no contact? Which, of course, as a Gen Xer, my eyes cross whenever I hear that. It's called not talking to people. Are you not talking to that dude? Will Luis reach out? Let's find out. Yeah, no contact. Meh. Will Luis reach out? I read this as a recommendation to you, Jocelyn. What are we looking at here? We're looking at the Ace of Pentacles. Now, all of the aces are there as the broadest and most loud, powerful symbols of the suit that they fall inside of. And this is, of course, the suit of maximum passion, creativity, soul, procreativity, and spirituality. It's all rolled up into one, Jocelyn. And you're asking, is Luis going to contact me? If I really want to drag this card into Luis's court, I would say sure he is, because he's so filled with passion and the desire for action. Secondary read. Well, maybe you can find a way to ignite his fiery passion and make it into a desire for action. But the third way, Jocelyn, and the way I'd be far more inclined to read this card, is as an invocation for you to connect to this fiery passion and put it to work. Okay? This is a card of action. This is the card that symbolizes the literal, the inception of the universe, energetically speaking. It's like the inseminating force of the universe self here inside of this card. And thus, you know what I'm saying? like, it's utterly powerful, and it suggests that maybe you have the power to get what you want here. Do you want to contact Louise? Well, make it happen. Maybe a way to read this. Pardon me, I have to step into a secondary communicative realm right now. You understand? All right. Just doing some typing. You understand. Doing a bit of typing. And then pressing enter. Alright. Courtney Spencer, how you doing? Okay, Mom X6, aka Maggie, you have been so patient. Thank you. And La Familia Costa's here. Hey! It's been a minute. It's good to see you. Now, let's see here. Maggie, you've been so patient and you are asking, is the path I'm trying to take the right one? I love that question. Sweet. Maggie. Oh, Maggie, is this your first time here? My name is Open Phones. This is Tarot Morning Wisdom. I'm throwing cards at your questions for free. It's so fun to see everybody here on a Friday. And Maggie, you got a banger of questions. This is like my favorite sort of question to answer. Thank you, Courtney. Is the path that I'm trying to take the right one? Well, is it? Let's find out. Sweet, Maggie, what kind of paths are we up against here? What are we doing? Oh, man, well, I'm glad that you found us, Maggie. Thank you for finding the stranger on the internet that's the most excited to answer this question right now. Are you ready? Oh, Jody, don't go anywhere. I want to answer that. Maggie asks, is the path that I'm on the right one? Cards say, interesting. Maggie, when you see the Ten of Swords, here is what the cards are usually trying to tell, to basically beckon you towards as a concept. Number one, as I may have said earlier, the more swords you see inside of these cards, the more complicated the human mind that's being depicted. By the time you get to 10 out of 10, generally we're talking about a mind that is exhausted from all of the overthinking and all of the, like, basically the tortuous spiraling thoughts of like, what am I going to do? This is like the anxiety run amok. And finally, inside of the 10, you see here the cards basically begging you to wrap it up. You see 10 exclamation points at the end of a sentence, all right, saying, okay, yes, if we take this card verbally, we need to understand that we need to end something to let that sunshine burst forward and upward into our realms. Is the path that you're on the right path? If I'm catching this card without any more information than what you just gave me, I am perhaps thinking to myself, I don't know. Is the path that I'm on the right path? I don't want to be, without knowing diddly squat about your situation, I'm not going to sit here and straight-facedly tell you that I can say that to you. What I can say to you is that if you have a complicated mind around any one of the aspects of your path, this card is screaming it's time to reach for a completion point around that, okay? Does that hit? I hope that that hits in a way that can be utterly useful to you and inform something about whether or not you should be on the path that you're on. Does that hit? Let me know. What's up, Linda Thabede? Welcome to Tarot Morning Wisdom. It's wonderful to have you here. Hey, Vanessa, I've seen your thing there. It's Courtney's question. Courtney has an opening as an open next to their name. I feel like I've got to reach for Jody right now. Jody, get over here, Jody, because you have a question that I feel like everybody can connect to. And Warrior Queen, I'm not leaving you out either. Is my bro trying to get clean? All right. Trying to tone down the broadcast a little bit because it seems like this is a bit more of a serious topic than whether or not Brad's ever going to come back. Right, everybody? We're talking about addiction, and that is a place where people die. So I want to sit inside of this with you, Jody, and reach for some form of a solution. You're asking if your brother is attempting to get clean. Now, Jody, I do not know if these cards are going to be able to give you an up or down vote on that, and I don't know if I would even trust these cards in this realm with that kind of responsibility, honest to God, because it's very, very difficult to know whether or not somebody is on a path of health or not, especially when they're fighting addiction of any kind, and especially in this modern era where Jesus Christ, like you can become addicted to some of the most intensely addictive substances and destructive substances that this world has ever known. How can you best tune your energy to help this situation along where the person you love so much, your own brother, is struggling with their addiction? I don't know. Let's find out what the cards have to say, okay, Jody? But know that we are on your team in this. All of us here at Tarot Morning Wisdom. I've lost countless friends to the big A known as addiction. And by countless, I actually mean 2. But they were my 2 best friends. It sucks. And it's terrifying. So I know the terrain is what I'm trying to tell you. And I'm with you. And look, Terry Ann Desmore generously raises up and says that they lost their little brother to an OD. I'm so sorry to hear that, Terry Ann. Here we go. Jody, the cards say, oh yeah. Okay, well, the cards drop the devil on this. And I have to believe my deck when it says, yes, there is a real issue here that is in play. And of course, if you're saying, well, is my bro getting clean, and I catch the devil card, I don't have a lot of choices as your tarot reader in chief in this moment, but to say, this is not a card that screams yes to that question in my face. It says there might be more work to be done to set them free from this bleeping addiction, all right? So, Jody, knowing that, I think that ultimately, if I'm going to tune this by way of advice for you, it's going to be to really center yourself inside of as much health and healing energy as you possibly can personally, so that you can bring the positive example of yourself to the table and offer it to your poor sweet brother, and in hopes that as long as you are able to show up for that without just literally collapsing under the difficulty of it. I know how painful that can be. I'm not saying that it's easy to go show up for somebody who's in the pits around addiction. It might be time to do just that. Please come back and let us know how it's going. And you know that we're on your team, and we're wishing you all the best, all the best energy in the world for you in particular on this, because ultimately, while this struggle is attached to you, it is not of you. And I just hope that you can find a way to stay as strong as possible within yourself. Sanctify yourself inside of this moment. Be strong for yourself. And that strength will radiate outward towards them, I hope. Okay? Don't forget us over here, Jody. Come back. I'm looking for opens in the chat, saying hi to people. Hi, Chloe. Hi, Twith Ginger. Hi, Soul Love Light. Interesting question, Soul Love Light. Hi, Sediskia. I hope I got that right. Bear with me, Sediskia. I want to do it. Mom, been fighting for full custody for 8 years, so yes, it hits. It's been a long... Oh, my gosh. There's so much energy inside of that. Yes, Sonia. You may have a card. Oh, Keisha. Wait, Sonia. Hang in there, Sonia. I want to go to Keisha for a minute. Hey, Keisha Bluebaw. Are you there? Keisha Bluebaw. Everybody gather around Keisha right now, because Keisha's got another question that's tough, and we're doing it. It's tough, but we do the tough questions of Tarot Morning Wisdom. And Keisha's question is my dad going to beat cancer? Now, Keisha, Jesus Christ, can I tell you that I have intimate experience with that disease as well? Not personally, I've never had it, knock on wood, but I lost a brother to it, and my mother suffered from it for years before she passed. It wasn't what killed her, but it certainly didn't bleep and help. So I again, and my heart is with you, Queen. Ugh. And you're asking me, Open Phones, your friend from the internet, who is ultimately a complete stranger to you, to shuffle an esoteric deck and pull a card that'll tell you whether or not your dad will survive this disease. I cannot do that for you, Queen. You know that. But what I can do is offer you a card of advice, or perhaps comfort, to aid you in this moment where you are in such a painful and prolonged. I know the long road that can be. You're in a painful and prolonged situation. What can my deck offer you that will help you in this moment as you watch your father suffer from cancer. All right? Let's find out what the cards have to say. I am with you, Keisha. You've got to stick around inside this community and let us know how it goes. One way or another, we are here for you. You know that. Keisha asks, what can you tell me as it pertains to my dad who has cancer? And ultimately, a King of Swords has fallen on this, Keisha, suggesting for you, and you particularly in this situation, and this hits for me because I've been in a driver's seat around medical stuff before, not one that I would have necessarily chosen, but when somebody that you love is suffering from a disease like that, oftentimes it's necessary to talk to the King of Swords. Meaning, okay, how can you be inside of an active role around information? How can you push around, like, seeking out the truth? You know what I'm saying? How can you enthrone yourself in a powerful position around being the person who knows what's happening and when it's happening? Of course, we all know that people that are walking through this fire, they can't be trusted with all the scheduling stuff. They're too busy suffering from the disease and all of the incumbent fears that are attached to that. So is this the cards suggesting some form of power for you to step into, to lead in this situation? Remember that the kings are leaders. All right? The king of truth, the king of accuracy, the king of clarity, as contrasted to the king of passionate fire, the king of emotional love. It's like, how can you clear your mind and then lead from that clarity is what I think this king would be pushing me towards if I were you. But let me know how it goes. Let us all know. And as you see, that is, oh, and look what's on the bottom. Love, 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 love. It's a cup of maximum love, all right? Keisha, we are with you in this. Stick with us. Let us know how it's going. I'm holding space for you and your pop. Praying for you, all right? I hope it all goes as quickly and successfully as it possibly can, all right, Queen? Now, I know that I've been letting the Warrior Queen sit around waiting for their question to be answered. I gotta go. Warrior Queen, are you still here? I know Warrior Queen tunes in from work sometimes and has to dip in and out also. And I see Lily's question. Meanwhile. But I want to make sure. Okay, yes, Warrior Queen, could you please ask me one more time? Everybody, and Sonia, I'm not forgetting you too, but I think Warrior Queen has been, and Lily. Okay, I mean, it's all Tina. And La Familia Costa. But I know Warrior Queen has been sitting around, like, waiting for over an hour. So I want to get to you. Okay, shuffling for Warrior Queen and Joanne. Oh my goodness gracious. Everybody's here. Everybody's doing great. The Queen, the Warrior Queen. Come on, Warrior Queen, answer the question, please. Oh, baby, scroll 1 million back in the chair. It is. Will my daughter move from Scotland to Ireland? I don't know, Warrior Queen. Let's find out what the cards have to say. Like me, Warrior Queen has a daughter that has moved to the UK. This is a card of movement, Warrior Queen. This is a card of movement towards that which one loves. So, if it's predictive, and you know I'm not always one to push these cards into the realm of the fortune teller, then I guess I'm saying to you, does your daughter love it in Ireland? And is that them pursuing their love? If it is, well then I guess the cards would have a gentle suggestion of what might be in the mail. I hope so. If that's a positive. I mean, Lord knows there's plot all over that question. How do you feel about it, Warrior Queen, etc., etc. But, okay. Anyway, yes, I think that would what is the knight if not a card of motion, right? And love is on the bottom of the deck as well. Moving fast, because I sense that like people are being so patient, I don't want to leave anybody hanging. It's Tarot Morning Wisdom, friends. My name is Open Phones. I'm throwing cards at your questions free. All you got to do is ask in the chat, and I'm going to get to them as soon as I possibly can. Please be patient. And if you have it in you to share this broadcast with your friends, I've been told that is very valuable, so share away. It's generous of you to do that, all right? Thank you. Lillian! Please report to the front of the broadcast, Lillian. Is there still a chance of reconnection between you and Michaela? Lillian. You and Michaela, huh? You and Michaela. What's the plot there? Let's see. Cynthia, I want to get to you. Let's see. Lillian and Michaela. Is there still a chance of reconnection? That's all Lillian wants to know. Is there, and I'm going to gently open up a door, crack a door to the idea of saying, how might there be a connection, a reconnection forged between you and Michaela, since you're clearly somewhat interested in it by virtue of the fact that you've come up here and you're asking a stranger on the internet. Lillian and Michaela. This feels like a very positive sign, Lillian. Is there still a chance of a reconnection between you and Michaela, and who should visit but the Page of Wands? The Page of Wands is, what again? A newcomer in the realm of passion, and therefore symbolic of a new passionate spark. Okay? A new passionate spark. How can you be the progenitor of some new passionate spark inside? And I don't know the story. That could be your sister. This is creativity and soul. The spark has many different forms, I guess is what I'm saying. And so if this page is showing up as a form of advice to you, Lillian, it's saying, well, how can you create a new passionate spark, a new creative spark inside of the thing that's going to reconnect the two of you? Does that hit? Let's see here. I know, Joanne, it's crazy, isn't it? Boop, 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 boop. I am now looking to make sure I haven't missed any opens, because if you sign up for the fan club, you get a little open next to your name, and that makes it incredibly easy for me to see you, and it makes me really focus on not missing you. You dig? But it seems like I got everybody in the open territory. So let's see what we got here. Now I'm looking for little numbers next to the names, so I don't blow off people who have been hearting me, because I appreciate that stuff, Rosemarie. I appreciate it, Cynthia. Okay. Now, Joanne, you had a question for me. Joanne, do you just want a card of the day, Joanne? Meanwhile, I'm going to answer Chloe here. Chloe, what's up? My name is Open Phones. It's Tarot Morning Wisdom. How are you doing? Will me and my ex resolve our relationship and get back together? Queen, let's find out what the cards have to say. I'm sorry that you have broken up with the person that you care enough about, that you're up here asking a stranger on the internet whether or not you're going to get back together. Chloe, here it comes. It's Chloe and their ex. Hey, Nesha? Am I getting that right, Nesha? Chloe and their ex. What's the rumpus? Are we getting back together? I don't know, Chloe. You're in the realm of emotion here. You're in the realm of emotion inside of the cups. Nesha, thank you. You're in the realm of the clubs, Chloe, and you're being shown something inside of this artwork, right? You're being shown somebody who is searching for some form of stability in the realm of emotion. I'll do better. I'll get it, Net. Nisha? Stability in the realm of emotion, Chloe. You're asking about whether or not you guys are going to get back together again. If I'm you and I'm catching this card, I'm tempted to read this as the deck saying something about a necessity for me to get my emotional stability together as a form of re-empowerment, so that I can, A, become as magnetic as humanly possible in the realm of love. Because everybody knows that it's much more likely to develop a sense of inner magnetism if you are ... stable and not a chaos merchant in the realm of emotion. But also I would call forward the idea that in doing so, Chloe, you're creating a stability that you can then use as a place to manifest what you want. If you want something, you need a place to put it inside of yourself, and this card suggests that too. So I guess if I'm you, I'm saying to myself, how can I find the four legs of the table in my emotional realm so that I can operate from a place of stability? Nisha, I want to answer your question, Nisha. Get over here. Mona, you know you can ask a question to me whenever you want. Nisha, welcome to the broadcast. My name is Open Phones. This is Tarot Morning Wisdom, where I throw cards at your questions for free. Put your wallet away. Put your wallet away, Nisha. No wallet's required here. Now, you have a very interesting and another question that hits me in the heart. Is there anything you can tell me? I lost my oldest son. It'll be 12 years in October. I am so sorry to hear that, Nisha. Like, we deal with loss a lot up here in the Tarot Morning. Everybody say hi to Nisha. Welcome. And we welcome people that are going through grief and loss here because, well, I welcome them because I know all about going through grief and loss. I lost my brother 10 years ago now? 10 years ago to brain cancer. Jesus. Sucks. You lost your oldest son 12 years ago. I send you love. As somebody who has walked through the fire of grief, you have my respect and support every step of the way. Can I tell you something? You bet. I'm going to open this deck up to you and let the deck speak. Oh, Violet Massacre, I'm sorry to read that your grandma died of brain cancer. That is not an easy or... that path is special. Let's just put it that way. Wait, what? Oh, hold on a second. Somebody in the chat's being silly. Anyway, Nisha, his so-called friends shot and killed him. Oh, a tragedy like that. As a parent, Nisha, you're living my worst nightmare. That my child would be taken from me due to some random act. I understand disease. Disease is a thing that we have in this world that as humans we will all face in some form or another, but a random act of violence like that is a nightmare that I can't comprehend. So you even more have my respect and law. And you only got 17 years. I mean, it's like you have to go to such a deeply spiritual place, Nisha, to find a place to survive that I just have to believe you know something about that. Let's find out what the cards have to say. What advice they can give you, what the comfort they can hopefully offer you. We'll find out. We'll find out. Well, we have a Page of Swords here. Nisha, now I don't, obviously you've dropped us into your world of emotional, a very powerful world of deep emotional grief, and of course, within that grief, the possibility of deep spiritual connection. This is the Page of Swords. And so, yes, it's a youth card for sure. It's in the realm of thought. It's in the realm of new ideas, all right? So if my deck is saying something to you that is aimed at you in the present moment, right? That's not trying to sidestep your grief, or anything like that, but saying, okay, well, we're finding you here in the present moment. I'd be tempted to read this card as an invocation to go find some form, some new idea or new terrain in the realm of the mind that you can stand inside of and either occupy as a newcomer so that you can gain some form of a new experience that has to do with wisdom or truth, or that you find ways to be joyful inside of the realm of the mind the way that a child would, or perhaps there is some form, some more specific to you form of embracing memory around the memory of your child who was taken so unjustly from you 12 years ago. Is there, without really going deeper than one card, Nisha, it's difficult for me to give you a very full, picture of this moment. But all of those interpretations are available to you. And certainly if you have it in you to reach out to me and go a little deeper into multiple card spreads, we can get further and further into it. I'm going to go one card down just to say, okay, so Nisha, let's just say, okay, I don't understand. Tell me. We got the Queen of Cups underneath this card, the Queen of Love, the Mother of Love, essentially. Maybe you could, I'm just gently allowing myself to reach for something that would be a little bit more comforting in this moment, which would depict, an eternal connection of love between a mother and their child. And I'm not telling you anything you don't know, but, I hope that there's certainly nothing negative inside of that page. And if you're walking the path of the page as someone with experience, there's always the invitation to let yourself perceive the world through childlike eyes. He was 27. Okay. Oh, he had 17 years. Okay, I get it. All right, one way or another, Nisha, we're with you here. Let us know how we can be of service, and don't forget us here at what's this broadcast called again? Tarot Morning Wisdom. All right? Thank you for bringing that question forward and letting us share in your situation. I appreciate that. Now, Sonia, you've been so very, 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 very patient. La Familia Costa, my friend. I want to be debt-free, says Sonia. Me too, says Open Phones. Will I be blessed in finances? Well, let's just find out what the cards have to say, Queen. Let's just find out what the cards have to say. Sweet Sonia. I want to be debt-free. Will I be blessed in finances? I'm going to add a word to that, Sonia. You know I will. How? Jeez. Okay, it's been a week of massive recurrences in each and every one of these streams, and this time there's the recurrences in this realm of transcendence, judgment calls. So yeah. Well, again, we're at card number 20, Sonia. Will I be blessed in finances? You are now staring at a blessing angel, literally rescuing souls to heaven. Does that hit? I'm going to let that sit right there, Sonia, because why should you put your thumb on the scale of something so positive? Like, let it live. Why not? I'm going to treat myself to an easy interpretation there and say, yes, you will be blessed in the realm of finances, Sonia. I promise. I promise. Violet Massacre, I'm going to get to you. Let me do Liz, because Liz has an open next to their name. Liz, can you draw a card for me today? I love you. Liz, I love you. Here we go, Queen. I'm going to drop a card on Liz. They've got an open next to their name. Wait, what do we have there? Maya Blue? Ooh. Maya Blue, don't go anywhere. I want to answer that. Cynthia, I want to answer that. Liz, here comes your card of the day. Really quick, because I got a lot of people to answer. Liz, you've been beckoned to the realm of chosen sacrifice, Liz. When you see this hanged man, you know that the cards are saying something to you about the requirement to suck it up in aid of a larger good that you really do want. Yes, it won't be easy, but yes, it will be worth it. All right, Liz? Does that hit, sweet Liz? Let's see here. Who's been the most patient and who's been banging on the screen with the hearts the most? Those are my two questions. Who's been giving me hearts? Dawn Teggs has. Hold on a second. Where's Dawn? There, Dawn, you've given me 22 hearts, Dawn. Thank you. Get over here, Dawn. Everybody say hi to Dawn. Chrissy J! Does Kevin actually want to make this work, or is he just using me now? Dawn Teggs! How long has this Kevin situation been going on? Thank you, Nisha. I appreciate that. Dawn and Kevin. Is Kevin using me now? 9 years. 9 long years, Dawn. 9 long years. The Hermetic 9, Dawn. Is Kevin really gonna push this through, or is he using me now? Ugh. Separated 3 years ago. Alright. Dawn. Let's find out what the cards have to say. Oh, Dawn. Look it. When you catch the Tower cards, sometimes, you're going to get a big, long speech from your buddy Open Phones about how the Tower card's not negative. Actually, it's the birth canal to a new transcendent experience that will set you free to a new form of authenticity. But look it. Dawn, it's been 9 years. Hey, Kathy Karaoke. It's been 9 years. Is the whole thing is, I just got to be honest with you. If I'm reading this Tower card, I'm seeing the deck saying, come on, babes. It's time to tear it all down. Dawn, remember that, like, energetically speaking, if you treat this card verbally as you must, what you're going towards in the 16 is the number 17, and the number 17 is the beautiful Transcendent Star card. You know the Star card, the one where you are invulnerable because you're occupying space as your truest and most connected self. That truest and most connected self is trapped in this dumb building. And if it is possible for you as you grow out from underneath these outdated modes, do it because it's to your benefit. And you got to remember, Dawn, life is not an infinity symbol. Life is short. You need to get in there and spend your life in pursuit of joy. Joy, Dawn, not Kevin. And know that we are your friends here, Dawn, and that we are in your corner. Right? Thank you, Nisha. I appreciate that you joined the fan club. Dawn says, I know, but he's made it so I can't be without him. Dawn, do you mean like materially? Dawn, if you mean materially, that's one thing. But if you're saying that you just can't live without him because you love him so much, that's a different thing. That means that you've made it so you can't be without him. Look, and you're not hearing an ounce of judgment in my voice, Dawn. I have been down that road. We've all been down that road with our own personal Kevins, Dawn. We know. Is it easy? Look, Chrissy J says, I'm in a very similar situation, and it's so hard sending you love, dear. We're all in the same boat. We're around our own personal Kevins. It's not easy dealing with the Kevins of the world, is it, Dawn? Is it Chrissy J? Is it Kathy Karaoke? Is it Ava? But deal with them we must. Chrissy J says, another day not in prison. I'll take my roses now, thanks. Chrissy J. Joanne Lawson says, try 40 years. Wait, Kay says, my dad's name is Kevin. Wait a minute, now I'm slightly confused. No, that's Dawn's the one with Kevin, and then Kay says that her dad's... Okay, look, quit trying to trip me up. Anyway, Joanne Lawson, what do you mean by that comment, 40 years? Holy smokes. You've been in the game for 40 years, Joanne, with your own personal Kevin? Well, Dawn, maybe you should reach out to each... Oh, sorry, Kay. No, I got lost too. You got nothing to apologize for. For those who don't know, this is Tarot Morning Wisdom. We're talking about our own personal Kevins. Oh, you left after 40 years. Queen, Joanne Lawson, are you saying you left after 40 years? Is that true? Joanne Lawson. Round of applause for Joanne Lawson. Round of applause. For everybody, I want to see applause for Joanne Lawson right now. Because after 40 years inside of a relationship that it was no longer serving Joanne Lawson, I've just been informed that they had the courage to bleep and walk away from it. I cannot imagine how difficult that decision was. You stepping into your own power and saying, you know what? I only got so much time left. I think I'd rather be happy. Queen! Oh, I wish I had a bleeping, a mantle that I could put your photograph on right now. Pride. That's outstanding, Joanne. Oh my God. Unreal. Twisted. Okay, and we're continuing down this Kevin road right now. Kevin's twisted my mind and thinking, Queen. Talk to Joanne Lawson, Dawn. All right, I got to do Cynthia because Cynthia, you have been as patient can be, and Maya Blue, don't go nowhere. And Joanne, have I done your card yet? Jesus Christ. Hero status for Joanne Lawson. Cynthia, will I find true romantic love soon? You know I'm going to add the word how to that, Cynthia, but let's just see what the cards have to say. Maybe the answer is just a straight up yes. Cynthia asks, will I find true romantic love soon? Cynthia, you've been given a piece of instructions from my deck, and the instructions are to reach deep into yourself, to quiet your mind, and listen to the voice of truth inside of your mind, and then guide yourself from that voice and that voice alone. The swords are the realm of the mind. Now, the realm of the mind tends to get a little bit, complicated. Do you know what I mean? We tend to complicate ourselves. Oh, Christ. I got so many conflicting thoughts. And every time we add another sword to the mix, we add another chance to, I don't know, stab ourselves with it. Ouch, that hurts. Why am I in pain all the time? Oh, could it be because I'm stabbing myself with these swords? of the mind. Well, this card is here to say, yo, whew, chill. Find a way to quiet your mind and find that voice that you know generally lives right here, lives right there. The voice that twinges when you're doing something you probably shouldn't be doing or having a thought that's negative. Find that voice and ask that voice what it needs. And then do that no matter what. Now, Joanne Lawson, who I now consider a personal hero of mine, because after 40 years, they walked out of a situation that was no longer serving them and giving them joy. And I admire that with all of my heart and soul. Joanne Lawson wants a card for their love life right now. And I'm like, dude, take the whole deck. I should hand out an honorary deck to Joanne Lawson right now. But we're going to throw a card at you, Joanne. And now I really want you to take that vacation. All right, Joanne, what does your weekend have in store for you? Ding dong, ding dong. Let's find out. Joanne Lawson, hero of tarot morning wisdom. Deck says to you, well, look, you know I don't sugarcoat the cards up here, Joanne. You got the 5 of Pentacles in this instance, which suggests that there is growth on tap for you, and that basically, as it comes to the realm of materializing what you want, you need to persist. Persist, persist, persist is what this card says. Push onward, and also, if you have somebody in the game that you want to lead somewhere, do the leading yourself. It's an active card. It makes you do stuff. Every one of the 5s makes you do things. But whenever you're in the 5s, you're headed somewhere. You're headed to the self-love 6s. And in doing that, you are always on the road to benefit yourself. Push onward, Joanne. I don't have to tell you about persistence. Persistence is what this card wants from you, and lesson on you learn every day. Well, there it is. And that this is in the realm of health, Joanne. This is in the realm of money, too. This is in the realm of the material. It's not in the realm of the theoretical. It's not in the realm of the heart, necessarily. It's in the realm of actualizing something and making it real. Which I don't have to tell you about, Joanne, you bleeping hero. Holy smoke. I am utterly impressed. So then, let's see here. It's Tarot Morning Wisdom. My name is Open Phones. When did I even start this broadcast? I've lost track of I don't know what time it is anymore. Because I changed that's right, I'm broadcasting from the crown jewel of the Côte d'Azur, Nice, France, for the remainder of the month and into the next month. And as such, I thought I'd get all European and change the way that my phone tells time so that it's in the 24-hour cycle. I can't read it. I gotta be honest. I'm lost half the time. I should change it back. Anyway, I'm not gonna change it back. Dawn Tags, thank you for asking that question. Dawn Tags asks, do I do personal readings? And the answer is absolutely. If you, my friends, if you find yourself in need of a more in-depth look into these cards, and you look at what I do up here and say, you know what, that's the guy for me. That's the guy for me. I want to get into it with that guy. And go on an exploration that can take us any number of places. Any number of places. We can go wherever you want to go. We can drop Andromeda's bread baskets on every single person you know. It's up to you. I'm there to do that with you. Yes, I offer that service. Please reach out to me and I will explain how to do it. Or if you'd not like to reach out to me, then simply go to my links place. My links place. Go to the links place, which is in the most obvious place. You can probably guess where it is. And boop, you can book that reading right away. You just set the time and let her rip. Now, Chrissy J, you asked for a general card. And as a longtime friend of the Open Phones Tarot Morning Wisdom Experience, you know you're going to get one right away. Yes, fine, madam, you may have a general card. Get ready, Chrissy J. Chrissy J, how long have we been together? And Maya Blue, I'm not forgetting you either. Here we go, Chrissy J. Oof. Chrissy J, you've been back into the realm of the heart. You've been back into the realm of the 9s, the Hermetic 9s. And you've been put into a position where I think 2 whole months, Chrissy J, that's like a long time for this. Rosemary, what? Are you mad at me because I haven't seen your question yet? Keep asking it, Queen. I'm doing the best I can. The Hermetic Nines, Chrissy J. So what you see in here is potentially either a call from my deck to step into a protective mode around the heart for yourself. Make sure that you're demonstrating strength to yourself in the realm of emotion, like a hermit would, essentially. And what up, Amy and Phoenix? And beyond that, there is a satisfaction that you might be celebrating inside of that strength. But whenever I see a 9 these days, I know that my deck is saying something to me about the necessity to step into power, even if I'm not in the bleeping mood to step into power. And here it's in the realm of the heart. I guess I would just say, don't let yourself get all walked on in the realm of the heart this weekend. And hopefully there's something that'll apply there in power. But you don't get those 9s unless you're strong enough to handle it. Trust. So, Chris and Jay, I wish you all the luck in the world. Now, let's see here. I've got impatient people left and right. And I look down the barrel of this here phone. I love your vibe, Wonk321. Let's see here. Who am I missing out on? Who's gonna get mad at me? Good morning, Becca 10. Oh, not Julian Mom, reporting from Silver Lake Reservoir on Friday. There are very few people that are going to get dropped into the front of the line the minute I see their name, but not Julian's Mom's one of them. And I'm dropping a morning card on you from France all the way to Silver Lake. Get ready, because here it comes. My deepest and dearest friend. Here it comes. A card aimed from the beautiful coast of the Mediterranean Sea all the way to the beautiful coast of the Silver Lake Reservoir in Los Angeles, California. Aim, ready, fire. Ooh, directionality, not Julian's mom. In the realm of the heart, not Julian's mom. Remember, in the number 7, we're talking about the charioteer, and the charioteer knows how to drive their universe towards that which they desire. So, if this card is dropping into your moment, not Julian's mom, then I don't have to tell you. As we have so many times discussed, what this artwork can refer to is as referring to the idea of the peril of emotional paralysis when there's too many bleeping options on the table, too many godforsaken options on that. What am I supposed to do? There's too many options on the table. Thus, the empowered version of this 7 of Cups is to condense the number 6 into the self-love 6 that is the perpetual self-embrace of I love you, self, I value you above all things, and let that uncomplicate my realm of the heart so that I can reach for a directional number 7 that is true to my best interests in this moment. Does that hit? If you got 7 cups floating around in there, I'm kind of all for that. That's an exciting terrain to be in sometimes. And look who's on the bottom of the deck. If it isn't good old-fashioned goddess strength, there to tame the lion and to embrace the lion, too. I love you. I miss you. I will be home soon enough. We'll be circling that reservoir together. Woof! All right, friends. We got Ashley O on here. We got Chana. We got Wonk321. We've got Nat here. Yes. Now I gotta. Let's see. Oh, Nisha, you just gotta hit me up in the DMs. But if you want to book me, just book me in the links. I gotta catch up to the chat. Mona, you've been so patient. Mona, what's your question again? Good morning from Chicago, Sarah Bella. Good morning from France, Queen. Ava, I know you've been waiting around for like ever. If you bonk the hearts, then it ups your number and I can see your thing faster. Oh, Becca 10, you're so nice to me. Ava, does Elle have romantic feelings for me? Let's bang in here and just get an answer to that question for us. Sweet Ava. Ava, welcome to Tarot Morning Wisdom. My name is Open Phones. I throw cards at your question for free. It's actually way easier to do this when I'm seated. I don't know why I've never let myself really do that. Okay. Ava, are you ready? Does Elle have romantic feelings for me? Oh! Ava. It's the Lover's card, Ava. I guess this would be a yes? Question mark. Holy God. Ava, are you glad you waited? The deck said with, what exactly do you even call that? With authority? I don't know. With enthusiasm? Perhaps. Ava, for pity's sake, take that love to the bank, Queen. Thank you, Ashley Owen. Ashley Owen, you are nothing but helpful every single time. Now, Mona, get in here. Mona, you've been so patient. Hi, Rosemary, don't be mad at me. I'm getting to you. Mona's asked, will Isaac and I have a second chance in time? Now, Mona, I know that you and Isaac is a tale that we've been exploring for a while now. And interestingly, I will point this up as I ask about Mona and Isaac and their second chance. I am gently teasing something here for the long-time attendees to the Tarot Morning Wisdom family. Oh, that's right, Mona and Isaac. Mona and Isaac. Will they get back together? And you can stay mad, Rosemary. Don't listen to your friend Open Phones. For the long-time attendees of this broadcast, I am preparing something in the Patreon world that will hopefully be of interest to you and is not going to be terribly, terribly impactful of the wallet. That is going to essentially give access to every single one of the reads that you've ever received from your friend Open Phones. Hell, that's not a tease. That's a literal description of it. I'm not quite ready to roll it out yet. But if you're interested in that, let me know, because I'd be curious to see what that reaction would be. I mean, I'm talking about the entire time, from the first time you walked in here and said, who's that weird dude in the robe, all the way until present day and beyond. Interesting, right? I wonder how interesting. That's, I guess, why I'm sort of floating this out here. Right, Jessar? You'd be somebody that would have 1 million of them. All right, Mona. Now, Isaac and Mona, let's see what the cards have to say. Isaac and Mona, are they going to get back together given enough time? No, Mona, look, I take no pleasure in this, but this is a card. Boop, there we go. Hi, hopefully that wasn't disruptive, Mona. Boop, 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 boop. Mona, when you catch number 13, especially when you're asking about a relationship that is in the past tense, it's usually my deck screaming something to you. Yo! Oh, Anna! Anna! Where have you been, Anna? Friday is for friends. Mona, if I catch this card and I'm you and I know that I've been like staring down the tunnel of nostalgia, you know, saying, oh man, me and Isaac, eh? And this card is inevitably here to say something around the necessity to evolve past something. Queen! I am not in any way, shape, or form offering this in any other way than as a constructive, basically a tool that's being handed to you. How can you think about this situation evolutionarily so that you can advance into the realm of the Angel of Temperance, which is there to receive you at number 14, and re-equilibrate within that strength from there. Also, remember what it means to turn garbage into gold. Hold on a second. My phone is just going weird in ways that I dislike. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, I'm not going to ask questions out loud. Okay, Mona, look, I hope to God that this isn't a bummer for you in any way, shape, or form, but I'm just going to tell you straight up, like, you know, it's time. If I'm you and I'm staring at that death card, I'm saying maybe it's time. It's as simple as that. I am still here, Anna. I'm still here until I'm going to be here for the rest of the month, into the month of June. It is wonderful, sweet Anna overseas. Thank you for the beard compliment. It's. I'm happy with it. I'm happy with everything. Honest to God. Oh, Anna, you're one of the few people that would really get all of the ins and outs of this situation, and we should reconvene some point. Don't worry. I've been thinking about Twitch, and very, very close to returning. How about that? Very close to returning. Okay, now Rosemary, get over here. Ugh, Rosemary, sweet Rosemary, who has been so patient. Mine too, Anna. Well, me and my daddy get back together. I miss him so much. He's my favorite person. Oh, sweet Rosemary. I sense that we're not talking about your biological father. Okay, Rosemary. Everybody gather around Rosemary. They're here to ask whether them and their daddy, again, probably not the biological father, will be getting back together soon. Because she misses him so much, and here's where it makes me a little bit vague on whether or not it is your biological father. He's my favorite person. Rosemary, what went wrong? What went wrong? Rosemary, sweet Rosemary, what went wrong between you and your daddy? All right, Rosemary, are you ready for what the cards have to say? Because I know you've been patient, Queen. I know you've been patient. Cards say, Rosemary, we can't tell what's going to happen between you and your daddy. We're not seers, we're not fortune tellers, but what my deck can tell you is that you might be living inside of a mental prison of your own creation. It's the Eight of Swords, Rosemary. And whenever you see the Eight of Swords, you know that you are being beckoned toward the idea of releasing yourself from the cages and the prisons of the mind. Mona, thank you. It was a joke, says. Okay, but look, does that hit, Rosemary? Are you this woman on the beach, Rosemary? Mona, hit me up. If you're stranding yourself on this beach, sweet Rosemary, this card is here to recommend that you examine the idea of not doing so with such enthusiasm. Okay, Queen? Look, have we all been on this beach? Have we all mistaken ourselves as prisoners inside of our own heads? Yes, I do it all the time. So does everybody, actually. It's like whenever you find yourself thinking, oh man, I'm screwed. The Eight of Swords is here to ask you questions about whether or not you are actually screwed. You feel me? I'm screwed. Is that so? Is that really so? Know what I'm saying? Take that one to the bank. Take that one to the bank. No, I'm not reading a full name out into the public, Rosemary. Look, the cards have spoken, Queen. You got to set yourself free from your mental prison. I got 1,000 questions in here. Hold on a second. And Dawn, yes, you understand that Eight of Swords. Oh, Dawn, honey, yes, please go to the Eight of Swords and confront that. Please, I beg you. Maya Blue, you're still here. Thank you for your patience. I'm going back through the chat, for pity's sake. I gotta check out, if I can find Maya Blue. Will you please ask your question again? Because I sense that you've been waiting. Shelby, if you go to the links, you'll get the answer to that question. Boop, boop, boop. Hi, Cremena. Hi, Sneha. All right, I'm going right back to the bottom of the chat, and I'm saying it's Tarot Morning Wisdom. I don't know, Wonk. Issue it one more time, please, and I will let you know whether it's being filtered. And if it is, I will unfilter it. There you go, Maya Blue. Oh, thank you, Maya Blue. Well, Maya Blue, ask your question. I don't want to miss you. There, okay. Let me do Wonk. Sneha, am I getting that right, Sneha? I am. Will Melvin reach out? I am doing the best I can to answer this for you, Sneha. Will Melvin reach out? Deck. Reach for the Melvin energy this time, Deck. Deck, will you reach for the Melvin energy? Will you let us know whether Melvin's going to reach out? Look, Sneha, my deck can't predict what any dude ever is going to do. I promise you that. But what this Emperor can do for you is give you a piece of advice about the necessity to make what you want to have happen. The Emperor makes bleep happen. All right? And the Emperor doesn't need to do so in too aggressive a manner. The Emperor is reigning over the realm of actualization. All right? The Emperor is basically creating the cube of space that will be filled. Thank you, Austin Nix. That's going to be filled with that which you desire. It's a call towards actualizing what you desire. All right? So in the realms of the Melvin, if I'm talking to the Emperor is saying, Queen, how do you make it real what you want instead of just theoretical? I know it might not be easy, or maybe it's not possible at all, but if it isn't possible at all, then you need to make some version real that will keep you moving forward and not sitting inside of the bleeping swamp of a Melvin situation. Does that hit? I hope it does. Now, we go to Maya Blue, who's been so patient. It's Terra Morning Wisdom, friends. My name is Open Phones. I'm throwing cards at your questions for free. I need career advice, says Maya Blue. This is the best job I've ever had, but I got a toxic boss. That is the worst. To find a job that you actually like and then have it polluted by a toxic boss. Bleep it. What's Maya Blue supposed to do in this situation where they've got a job they like? Yay! And it's being polluted by a toxic bleeping boss. Boo! Major boo. That is just atrociousness. Thumbs down to that entirely, Maya Blue. Here we go. I'm cutting the cards. I'm welcoming in the energy here to answer that question about Maya Blue. They got a job they actually like, and that toxic boss is just there to ruin it. All right, Maya Blue. Maya Blue, the Knight of Swords would like to talk to you right now, Queen. Maya Blue, the Knight of Swords doesn't sit around and wonder what to do. The Knight of Swords is too busy out there doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like the Knight of Swords is a card of action in the realm of ideas and wisdom and truth. So if you have a toxic boss on your hands, the Knight of Swords would like to help you solve that problem actively. How can you advocate for yourself in this situation actively? How can you actively use your clarity of vision and your accuracy of thought, ... parentheses, log keeping of toxicity, active keeping track of bad behavior, ... How can you, Maya Blue, be in the driver's seat in this situation so that you don't feel like you're just sitting there rotting in a situation that you have no control over, when toxicity in the workplace isn't as, easy to defend in 2026 as it was in 1996, for instance, where Jesus God, like you could get away with bleeping murder, especially if you were a male in a boss position. You could in 1996, I think it was still pretty possible for a boss to just be handsy in the workplace and nobody would be like, even in a place of feeling like they could say something. We're not there anymore, are we? Take the lead in the realm of ideas, in the realm of truth, Maya Blue, and see where that leads you. I'm not telling you to act without caution or to act in a way that's going to bleep you up down the road, but don't sit around and let it happen to you so much as, make sure that you're keeping track of it and that you can walk up to somebody at any given point and say, here is what I'm talking about. All right? It's basically protecting yourself. What up, Jess R? Jess R, I know that you've asked for a card to look at your weekend. How are you feeling, Jess R? How are you feeling? Let me know how you're feeling. I hope you're feeling good. What up, Tanya? How you doing? Now, I see Cremina's question sitting right in front of me. I'm just going to do it real fast. Cremina, how you doing, Queen? You have a question about a potential dude who's bleeping, maybe dating other women. Right, Haley Reiner? I'm doing fantastic, Tanya. Thank you for asking. I want to answer your question. Cremina asks, is Peter dating other women? Oh, Queen. It's to the point, Cremina, where you are up here asking a stranger on the internet whether Peter's out there dating other women. Well, let's find out what the cards have to say. I would be proud to participate in any small way if it's an effort that's going to expose some dude who's a bleeping cheater. All right? Is Peter dating other women? Deck, will you please give us an energy read on this? It's for Cremina. Ready, Cremina? Set? Well, this is not a yes to that question. What it is... Oh, I was freezing up. I'm so sorry to hear that. Thank you, Joanne, for letting me know. Am I still freezing up? I hope not. Cremina, the Angel of Temperance is here, sweet Cremina. And the Angel of Temperance is here to tell you something about the importance of balancing your mind and your body healthily to create strength within yourself. Now, this is an incredibly positive card, Carmina, of Healy. Thank you, Yardley. Jesus loves you all as well. And Yardley, let me know if you want a card in all sincerity. I would love to read for you. Carmina, when I see the Angel of Temperance, I'm reminded that the position of the Angel of Temperance in the Major Arcana is after that Death card, so that once something ends and another thing begins, the Angel of Temperance is there to re-equilibrate that new energy and make it stronger. I mean, if I'm you and I'm reading about Peter saying, is he dating other women, and I catch this, it's not the most clear answer, honestly. It's garbage indigo, it's alchemical and stuff, but like, is this a card aimed at you? I guess that's my question. Are you being beckoned towards help? I need 2 seconds, friends, because the version of adapter that I'm using to power my phone right now is turfing out. I'm gonna go grab my other more powerful one in case I need to plug it in 10 minutes, because it's like acting like I know I'm freezing up. I will be right back, I promise. I'll even keep talking to you. Chat. Hold on, I'm almost there. Oh, okay. All right. Sorry, thank you. Got it. Hopefully this makes some kind of a difference. I'm not 100% sure why my phone is acting so annoying, but so it goes, as they say. I'm ready in case I have to move stuff around. Hi! Welcome to Tarot Morning Wisdom! My name is Open Phones, and I'm throwing cards at your questions for free, friends. I'm broadcasting from the south of France for the month of May into the month of June. Let's see here. Who's got a question for these cards? And I'll say this again. If anybody has it in them to share this broadcast with their friends, I've been told that's very much smiled upon in the realm of the algorithm. Now, Jessara, you have asked for this question and you will get this question. And Austin Nix, I want to answer your question because you've been so generous about sharing this live. Jess R asks, will I have a good weekend? And of course, I will gently nudge that question into the more, open door of how can I best tune a good weekend. You know what though, Jess R, why should I touch something that has such a beautiful romantic tilt to it as it is? Jess R asks, will I have a good weekend? And the Knight of Cups is here to say, sure. How can you climb onto your steed of love and emotion and go out in active mode into the realm of the heart? That's one way to read this, Jess R. And the other way to read it is as a prediction that somehow a Knight of Love on horseback wearing a suit of armor might metaphorically be arriving on your doorstep. I hope that's true, Jess R. I want that to be true. But I would also say don't walk away from the active part of this card as you would take it as a piece of advice. You know what I'm saying? If you're taking this as a piece of advice, it's to motivate yourself in the realm of love. If you're receiving it as a prediction, it is, of course, to sit by the door and expectantly wait for this knight in shining armor to arrive. I hope that both of them are true. Drink of water. Woo! My God. It's Tarot Morning Wisdom, friends. My name is Open Phones. I'm answering your questions with my cards for free. Tanya, you've been incredibly patient. So Tanya, are you here? Will you please bonk the screen and give me a heart just to let me know you're still in attendance as I reach into the fourth dimension to answer your question about Omar? Thank you, Tanya. Will Omar and I both stay in Muscat? How will the situation be between me and Omar? Let's ask the deck exactly what it has to say about Tanya and Omar. Oh, thank you so much, Smoking Too Much the Guy. I appreciate that compliment. And Austin, I'm doing you next. Okay, Tanya. Will Omar and I both stay in Muscat, and how will the situation be between us? Let's find out what Tanya and Omar brings to the front of the deck here as we careen through the third hour of Tarot Morning Wisdom. Tanya, you've been given a piece of advice from this deck, and it's the Queen of Swords, Tanya. And the Queen of Swords is always here to say, Tanya, It's time to step into your power of mind in particular. Your truthful vision needs to be activated, Tanya, as it pertains to this whole Omar situation. And you need to step away from active mode for the moment and be empowered in receptive, queenly mode. This queen is not running after the Omars of the world and making sure they do what they need to do. Hell no. This queen is watching the Omars of the world do what they're doing and judging from there whether or not they're going to continue beckoning the Omars of the world towards them. Be the magnetic queen, sweet Tanya, but remember that this advice is aimed directly at the mind. The mind. Hey, little Biddle. How you doing, little Biddle? Now, Austin Nix, let's see what's up. Austin Nix, are you asking whether or not you... Ooh, 12:34. Are you asking, Austin Nix, whether you're going to get lucky in the classic way that is usually phrased, Austin Nix? Will I get lucky this weekend? It's been a long time. Austin Nix, can I get a clarity on that? Oh, little Bill, don't go no. Okay, Austin Nix wants to know. Deck, can we please, Deck, reach into the fourth dimension for Austin Nix? Look, Austin Nix says that you have a chance to get lucky this weekend in that classic way that we all know. Is it gonna happen? Austin Nix wants to know. It's been a long time, Austin Nix says. All right, Austin Nix. Here it comes. Will Austin Nix get lucky this weekend, Deck? Let's find out what the cards have to say. Ooh, Austin Nix. Divine femininity came dropping in on that one. Now, if I'm you, and if I don't think so, Pele Roja. If I'm missing you, don't get frustrated. Keep asking, and I'll get to you. You know I love you, Pele Roja. I'm not trying to blow you off. It's the Moon card, Austin Nix. Now, this is the ultimate in femininity expressed inside of a card. All right, like go towards this feminine impulse and you will be finding success, I guess, in the luck department? Question mark. I like. Does this predict success for you, or does this predict something even bigger and more powerful? I don't know, Austin Nix. I don't know the specifics of your situation well enough, but if I'm you and I'm kind of like thinking about a person who is feminine, and I catch this card, the most magnetic femininity in the deck, I'm feeling good about it, question mark? Let's just see. You are a woman. Okay, Austin Nix, then what I want you to do is tap into your femininity and empower yourself as deeply and like go as deep as you can into that power. And trust that as you embark on your weekend, you will become the biggest feminine magnet on Earth if you engage the power of the moon. Right. Let me know if there's more to know than that, and let us all know how it goes. You got to come back and let us know how it goes, Austin Nix. I want you to have what you want. Thank you, Austin Nix. I appreciate that. You're awesome. And I love you too, as much as one stranger on the internet could ever love another stranger on the internet. Now, who do I got to get to? First of all, I've got, honestly, Pele Roja, you're not filtered. Let me make sure I'm not missing your question again, because I know that you're patient as all get out. But I really want to reach out right now in this moment to Little Biddle 941. Get over here, Little Biddle 941. Everybody gather around Little Biddle 941, please. Because Little Biddle 941 has one of those questions that just stops me in my tracks. Little Biddle 941 says, will I ever be happy again? Queen or king, it's hard to know. Of course, Little Biddle 941, you will be happy again. You have to believe that in your heart. You need, and as I shuffle these cards to find out what they have to say about helping you on that way back towards happiness, from which you originate and to which you will return, I just need to remind you that step one of attaining that happiness, Little Biddle 941, is trusting, having faith in the fact that, yes, it is attainable and it is waiting for you in the future. You need to tap into an awareness that your future timeline has found the happiness that you desire and is broadcasting the fact of that back at you. Listen for it, and you can know that it's there. Your future self is happy and telling you that it can be possible and you need to keep going. But you need to listen for that. My cards will hopefully give you some advice on how best to hear it. All right, Queen? And if you need help along the way, there are obviously no shortage of resources available in the world. And here at Tarot Morning Wisdom, you have an entire community to come visit Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and we can all talk about how we taught ourselves how to be happy again. Each and every one of us probably has a really good story about how we used to think that it was all over, and then we realized some point it wasn't. All right, Little Biddle. Now I'm cutting these cards, and I'm aiming all this good energy at you, and I'm saying, what's up? Well, Little Biddle, guess what? I'm just going to give you this card as a positive omen, and I'm going to even give it to you as a bleeping fortune teller's prediction, because I feel like it, and it's my right as tarot reader to do it sometimes, as long as I don't overdo it. It's the King of Love. It's the King of Love, Little Biddle. Come on. So as a simple positive omen, I'm saying, look, there's the King of Love. Of course you'll be happy again. The King of Love declares it so. But I'm also going to tell you, Little Biddle, that the King of Love doesn't sit around and wait for things to happen. The King of Love is reigning over a kingdom. The King of Love is in charge of something. And therefore, if the King of Love is giving you advice on how to attain happiness, you know that that advice starts with, number one, action. Action. How can you take action to advocate for yourself in this moment where you are worried that you'll never experience happiness again? How can you go into action mode? Because let me tell you something, Little Biddle, even if you don't go into action mode and find success right there and then, that night you'll look yourself in the mirror and you'll see a different person staring back at you. Someone who has done something to really make a first push towards that which they desire. Eventually, with enough time and enough work, that gaze becomes more and more solid and more loving. Little Biddle, we are with you in this. You've got to come back and let us know how it's going. Don't forget us here at Tarot Morning Wisdom. We're here to help. We're here to help. Thank you, Little Biddle. Yes, and Joanne Lawson, hero of Tarot Morning Wisdom, says actions means like you have to move, you have to go outside, you got to go find something you like. You got to take care of yourself in all the ways that sometimes a lack of self-care can begin to teach you in your mind erroneously are boring or not for you. Start moving towards things that some voices in your mind say, that's not for you. You know what I'm saying? Love me. And I know that those are the easiest 2 words on earth to type into the bleeping app and the hardest sometimes to actually attain. But if I can do it, Queen, anybody can. All right? Like if I can find my way towards it, so can you. Trust on that. Now, Pella Roja, get over here. Pella Roja, what was your question? Do you just want a card for the week or weekend, Pella Roja? Get over here. I've been making you wait. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Pella Roja 1212. Do you forgive me? For those who don't know, it's a tarot. What's this called again? Tarot Morning Wisdom. I'm open phones. And Pella Roja wants a card about Eloy, and you're about to get one, Queen. Here it comes. A card about Eloy. I appreciate you, Pella Roja 1212. Here we go. Card about Eloy for Pella Roja 1212. Incoming. Yes, Daniel Hector, thank you for being so patient. Pella Roja 1212 wants a card for Eloy, and the card is, well, this is an interesting one, Pella Roja. We get dropped into the realm of, yes, the Pentacles, and therefore, yes, the Ayet. Joanne, I opened with one, but maybe I can do a new one soon. Oh, it's almost time for the end of the broadcast in about 25 minutes, so I will definitely do one then. Pella Roja, when I see the 10 of Pentacles, I have to think about family first, because Pamela Coleman Smith has very helpfully shown us generational connection in the artwork, meaning abundance, yes, but in the realm of family is the first thing I think of there. And you helpfully understand the Ten of Pentacles is a card of abundance. That's absolutely right too. Sometimes this card falls and I say to myself, dang, I should be like bringing energy in that will help foster something in the material world to give birth and blossom at its highest caliber. Sure. Yeah, I mean, and you asked this to apply to a specific person. So is this person like going through something in the realm of the family? Is this person in a place of highest abundance? You've been trying to help him. Okay. It sounds like there's quite a plot attached to this about Pella Roja. Because also we have the universal tree of life here depicted inside of the shape of those pentacles, which can also have some form of a connection here that is a little bit more esoteric and a little bit more Kabbalistic. Yes. Mm-hmm. But his mom passed away, but is still around him. Well, that tracks. So, like, this card is not a negative card, I guess, is what I would say, Pella Roja. This is generally okay, he's highly depressed. So you're asking for a card for him. This could be a card beckoning you towards the idea of calling in the guard family-wise. Can you call in the guard family-wise and ask for more support, more material support in this situation, more support there on the ground, not just thoughts and prayers, but actual face-to-face contact, hand on shoulder, warm hugs, that kind of support. Because I'll tell you what, speaking personally, that material, that flesh upon flesh contact with somebody that you care about, that cares about you, is something that has made a huge impact in my life over the chapters and the verses of all of it, and maybe it can help there too. That's how I might be tempted to read that. That's right, I remember to read that. Well, I hope that hits Pella Roja, and good luck dealing with that situation. You're such a sweetheart to be going towards it, and not away. It's Tara, Morning Wisdom, friends. I'm looking at about 23 more minutes before I pass out. Right? This can't be real. Hi, this can't be real. This can't be real. When are you going to jump into the chat? I'm not going to say your real name on there until you go into the chat. But I love that I see you pop through every now and then. All right, Navy So Savvy. Navy.so.savvy is asking for, and they ask pretty please, which is a way to get my attention right out the gate. Nevea. Hi, Nevea. Nevea, I think that you... Oh, why is my device heating up? Jesus Christ, everything's going haywire all of a sudden. I'm so confused. Let me try a little something else here. Maybe if I plug it into the different part of the wall. Holy smokes. What's going on? It's a tech nightmare up here. Why is my device heating up? Anyway, Nevea asks, is Tommy, parentheses, my boyfriend, manipulating me in any way? Nevea, do we suspect Tommy is a manipulator? I don't like it. Everybody gather around Nevea, please. Join hands. Begin the chant. Good. You know, it's the anti-boyfriend manipulation chant, Nevea. We all know it well. We don't like it when the boyfriends of the world start manipulating. And Nevea says, I feel like he is manipulating me by using his mental health for a little insight. Well, oh, I hate everything about that, Nevea. That's just me personally speaking, not the deck. I do not like it when a dude is using their mental health in quotation marks to manipulate their girlfriend into doing stuff. Nevea, how's your mental health, by the way, as we reach into this? Are you prioritizing your self-care as you deal with this boyfriend situation? All right, before I say a word, why am I going so hard on Tommy? We don't know the first thing about it yet. Well, we know the first and the second thing about it from Nevea, but what does the deck have to say? Okay, look, and that's why I tapped the brakes, Nevea. Let's see. Nevaeh says, I feel like I've been very focused on him and it's not helping me. Hi, God's child. Well, Nevaeh, look. This is not a card of manipulation. This is the Two of Cups, which is very often tilted towards the idea of, beginning stages of love. Obviously, you're in the number twos, which means that you're in it. But you know what? Ultimately, Nevaeh, what I'm thinking about here is the importance of absolute simplicity here. Simple bleeping balance is on tap inside of this card, where you see, not the more complex materialized 4, but the very, very, very basic 2 of Cups. So maybe the thing to do here, mental health or no mental health, is to keep things dead simple, so that you can be like, well, like these are my needs, and I understand these are your needs. We need to find a place of what again? Balance. Absolute bleeping balance is required to even exist inside of the twos. All right. It sounds to me like part of the reason you're here talking to me, thank God, a benevolent stranger on the internet, is that you are in a position of lack of balance. You don't have balance floating, like working in your corner here, and you desire it because, yes, you deserve it. So, Nevaeh, how can you rebalance emotionally this situation so that you feel safe and you feel seen and you feel like you want to continue down this road? Can you dig it? Does that start to hit for you, Nevaeh? I hope it does. I hope it does. Yes, that is true. We do not have balance. I've been trying to work on that with him. Well, I would say keep on doing that work, Queen. A2 Rocket Girl is here, and guess what? They've got an open next name. I want to do you, A2, but Maria has been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. Hi, Maria. I'm Open Phones. This is Tarot Morning Wisdom, and I am here to answer your questions with my cards for free. And I see that you have been patient, Maria. And you've used my favorite word, please. And you say, how does Saif, my crush, feel about me? Please do mine. Everybody gather around Maria. Maria, I'd like to offer you a round of applause, Maria, for having a crush in 2026. It's not the easiest thing in the world to find the energy to crush out on somebody in 2026, and you did it. It's a brave move, frankly, and I respect it. And you're asking, how does my crush feel about me? Maria, here is what the cards have to say. Without further ado, Maria. Ready? Set. Oh, Maria. The Angel of Temperance is here to rain positivity down upon your question. How does Saif feel about you? Saif feels like you're the beautiful angel of temperance. That you have the ability within yourself, as you radiate health, to... Susie Blue, what are you doing? Oh, it's great to see your name, Susie Blue. As you radiate health there and turn garbage into gold, I feel like this is my deck saying something to you about... Well, if it's not a direct instruction, sweetheart, to... make damn sure, Maria, that you are literally prioritizing your deepest mental and physical health in this moment, then it's answering your question directly and saying that your crush thinks that you literally have the wings of the angel and the power to turn lead into gold. Is that it? I hope so. Oh my gosh, the waning moments of Tarot Morning with Sasha the Baddie's here. Susie Blue, what the hell? Diva Woman, aka Maria, that does feel nice. Hey, Bowie. Oh my god, A2 Rocket Girl, you asked for a card to define and amplify energy around your weekend. What up, Sage? Let's drop a card on you right now, sweet A2 Rocket Girl, because you're a long-time friend of Tarot Morning Wisdom, which is what you are watching right now. Friends, my name is Open Phones, and I'm throwing cards at your questions for free. That's right. Ask them in the chat. I will answer as quickly and thoroughly as I possibly can. A2 Rocket Girl, Queen, the cards have this to offer you as this weekend dawns. 10 Pentacles falls. Oh, Anna, my God, it was such a wonderful treat to see you in the chat, Anna. My goodness gracious. Reach out. Let's talk. A2 Rocket Girl, you got a 10 of Pentacles, which, of course, I'm going to give to you in its most positive caliber, which, of course, is the caliber of total abundance in the realm of material. That's right, A2 Rocket Girl, you're going to be rich, rich, rich. You know that I'm not going to just walk up to you and tell you that, A2 Rocket Girl. I'm going to tell you that Pamela Coleman Smith depicted all of the generations of the family, all the 3 existing generations of the family here inside of the artwork. And she did it for a reason. Maybe that's something that's pulling in your energy right now. But I'm not going to walk away from you getting rich, A2 Rocket Girl. I'm just not going to go tell you to go play the lottery or walk into a casino this weekend because of this card pull. There's too many other ways into it. There's the universal tree of life in there, A2 Rocket Girl. How can you strive for universal balance in this moment, A2 Rocket Girl? One way or another, there's deep, deep, deep health. There's deep wealth in each and every one of the ways that you could use that word on offer. And I hope that you can bring that energy into your weekend world. All right? Oh, my God, friends. Almost 3 hours. Almost 3 hours, Millennial Beth. Yes, Millennial Beth. Get over here, Millennial Beth. Hi, Millennial Beth. Are you new here, Millennial Beth? My name is Open Phones. And this is Tarot Morning Wisdom, Millennial Beth. And you're asking me this question. Can you please tell me how I can improve my relationship with my husband? Thank you. No, thank you, Millennial Beth. Let's find out what the cards have to say. Everybody gather around Millennial Beth. Oh, I'm sorry you're going through it with your husband, Millennial Beth. That sucks. But the fact that you're proactively pursuing ways forward tells me everything I need to know about who you are as a person inside of that. You're not sitting on your laurels waiting for him to do all the work, and you're not sitting around crying into your beer or whatever, that it ain't just materializing before your eyes. No, Millennial Beth, you're sitting there saying, how do I enter into a proactive relationship here with this problem that I might solve it or help to solve it? All right, Millennial Beth, let's dance. Millennial Beth wants to know what they can do to help the old marriage. And the cards say the following. 7 Cups, Millennial Beth. Now, this is in the emotional realm, the realm of the heart, which makes sense in this context for sure. And as far as this card is concerned, it's a call to action and a call to growth, certainly because it's at number 7, which is, of course, the Charioteer's number 7. And what is the Charioteer's archetypal lesson inside of the Major Arcana? How to drive your destiny towards that which you wish to seek. So, this then becomes, it unfolds as inside of Pamela's artwork, you see it, an expression of emotional paralysis due to too many options or too many parties, too many externalities yanking at each and every one of your sleeves and hems, saying, no, me, no, what about me? This card is a call towards basically reorganizing all of this around self-love. If you can turn this card, which is a number 7, into a 6+1, and tell yourself, what up, Mrs. Florence? And tell yourself that those 6 cups are a symbol of deepest self-commitment, love of self on the most sincere and unbreakable level, to the point where you can easily stare at yourself in the mirror and smile instead of frown, and then reach for that version of you wants to have happen. That's a way into this card. Basically making damn sure that you're coming from a place of deepest self-commitment and love, and then going into action would be the way that I would tee this up for you and hand it to you as a piece of useful advice as you so kindly and generously bring your question to the table here about how to improve your marriage. Does that hit? If this attaches to, if this attaches to, and Joanne Lawson is right there to give me a hallelujah on that. It's not about being selfish, Millennial Beth. It's about understanding that the only roadworthy version of yourself is the one that loves themselves. If you are out of balance in that realm and you're like, I love most of myself, but that other 20% disgusts me. well, that lack of balance is going to find ways to get compensated for in the external world, and it's not going to be positive. 99 out of 100 times, you'll be putting up with something due to that 20% discrepancy that you shouldn't be putting up with, and it doesn't get easier over time. It gets more and more difficult, and eventually the wheels fall off, and you say, bleep, maybe I should have seen it coming, etc., etc., etc. And there's not a hint of judgment in any of this. I've done all the things I'm talking about. I've walked all these roads. I'm simply here to say it's my experience that if you start there, it's not selfishness. It's going to be essentially a gift to every single person that you interact with. Truly. Everybody in your life that loves you wants to see the version that loves you. I mean, they wants to see you love you and not do that. Well, I don't know why my phone is eating the cards as much as it is. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. We're coming down to the last 10 minutes here. Your buddy Open Phones is starting to get voice scratchiness, which is always a good sign that it's been 3 hours. I want to say, okay, first of all, I'm scanning the chat here. Let's see if I can pick anybody else out before I dip. Let me see here. Who's got one more question before I leave? The phone's messing up today. C for me, Florence. What do you got for me, Florence? You just want a card? You want a card on the way out? I know my phone's acting nuts. And Sasha Blanket. Let me know, Florence, but I'm going to do Sasha right now. Any insight on the new man I'm talking to? Oh, Sasha Blanket's got a new man. Sasha Blanket's got a... Thank you, Susie Blue. Sasha Blanket's got a new man. Round of applause for Sasha Blanket. Sasha Blanket for getting out there. Congratulations, Queen. Any insight on the new man I'm talking to? I'm excited, but I'm scared. All right, Sasha Blanket. Let's find out what the cards have to say about this new man that you're talking to. You're not fully dating yet. You're excited, but you are scared. Sasha Blanket. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you, Millennial Beth. Sasha. Hey, Veronica. You got a 5, Sasha. Now, you're excited, but you're scared. I feel like this deck is pulling you towards some form of growth in advance of pressing go on this relationship. It's the 5 of Cups. Now, traditionally, this gets attached to like grief or like, and particularly the working through that we must do to escape from the quicksand pit of grief. Not like as though we will never experience it again, but as to empower ourselves through it and not get stuck there and feel like we're doomed. So if I'm you, Sasha, and I'm excited about a new person, I see this card hit and I say to myself, oh, am I being asked by the deck to like work through past experiences so that I don't let them potentially poison the well on future ones? Is there anything I can do in this moment to reach into like my emotional world and seek out past pains that I've experienced and make sure that they aren't putting their thumb on the scale of anything going forward? Number one around every single one of these 5s is that it's a call to leadership, saying, okay, you cannot allow yourself to get stuck in old patterns around that stuff. You've got to grow through it. You got to go through it for yourself. You must. Otherwise, you're not going to make it to the self-love 6s. And you must make it to the self-love 6s. That's an absolute requirement. That's like, even if you don't get any further than the self-love 6s in the Major Arcanum, you need it. And Joanne's there to tell you can do it. And I am with Joanne on this one. All right, queens and kings, I'm running out of... Okay, you ended a 6-year relationship at Oh, Sasha Blanket says that they ended a 6-year relationship in September. Honor it. Really honor it. Honor the grief that's attached to that. Honor the disappointment, and then move past it. That would be 100% how I would read that card. Florence, Mrs. Florence, to be specific. I'm bonking back into the chat here, looking to see if you've asked a specific question or if you just want a card. I bet you just want a card. You just want a card, Mrs. Florence. I'm going to give you a card. And Susie Blue's here. You're a wonderful Sasha Blanket. Ugh, my wrists are in pain. That's how much we've been doing this. Okay. Mrs. Florence, your card. Get ready. As we are really going to hit the end now. And I'm going to do Mrs. Florence. I'm going to do... Oh, thank you, Danny Darko. You're kind. Everybody here, I am so grateful for each and every one of you. Mrs. Florence, your card of the weekend. Get ready, Mrs. Florence. Drum roll, please. Mrs. Florence's card is as follows. Health, 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 Mrs. Florence. How can you ground yourself in the realm of the real, Mrs. Florence? This is a card of motherhood in the realm of the real, for sure. But this is also a card that connects to Mother Earth in the healthiest way possible and in the most natural way possible. Can you find your way towards some nature? Can you touch Earth, Mrs. Florence? Mother Nature wants to know. All right? Now, Susie Blue, you wanted a card, I know, and I'm going to hit you up right now. And then I gotta throw a card for the collective. I'm throwing a card for the collective. I'm going to do Susie Blue because they are old friends of your buddy Open Phones. Susie, are you here? Wave at me, Susie. Let me know, Susie. I'm going to do a collective card to get us out. And it's for every single one of us here. Are you ready? But Susie, I'm hitting you up. Or should I? Okay, anyway, here. Susie Blue. Here, we're going to get I'll do you too, Veronica. You've been patient. Susie Blue. Susie Blue, you get the Empress. You got to step inside of maximum creativity this weekend and let it explode outward into the universe. And I don't want you to give a crap about rules. I want you to just let it rip. All of the positive energy you can muster, Susie Blue. Take it to the streets, Queen. Veronica, does the guy I love me back? I think I'm reading that right, Veronica? Does the guy I love me back, or was he coming back to me? What about Veronica and the guy they love? And then we're doing the collective card, so don't go nowhere, friends. Stay with me a little bit longer. Veronica wants to know about the guy they love. The cards are literally not allowing themselves to be shuffled anymore. Like, come on, phones, you said 3 hours. Veronica wants to know if he's coming back. Oh, Veronica. Let's find out what the cards have to say. Veronica and the guy they love, is he coming back? Veronica, I don't know if this dude's coming back. There's no way for my deck to predict whether a dude's coming back. It's too unpredictable what they get up to. I don't know what they're doing. But the Angel of Temperance is here to say, Queen, are you taking maximally good care of yourself in the body and in the mind? Are you? Veronica, if you're not, then this Angel of Temperance would like to discuss that with you. This is a card of prioritizing yourself, not no dude. Okay? Remember, if you can achieve what this Angel of Temperance's job is, which is to create garbage from gold, or gold from garbage, then you will become the most magnetic thing in every single one of the universes you will inhabit, including the universe of love. But you've got to do that work. Make sure that you're prioritizing that part of yourself right now, okay, Queen? You cannot wait around for some dude. Oh, I swear to God, Veronica, if you sense frustration in Open Phones' voice, it's because how many times do I have to listen to some version of that story? Will so-and-so come back? Either go out and definitively find out whether they're going to come back and then move on from there, or move on from there. Look, I'm old. Trust me. Life is not an infinite supply. You cannot wait around endlessly for some bleeping dude to walk back through the door when ... Be the one making the decisions, I beg thee. You'll be so proud of yourself if you do. All right, Veronica? And I'm saying all of this with love. There's not an ounce of judgment attached to any of it. I'm telling you all these things because I've walked through all of this myself. All right, now I'm doing the collective card, friends. Are you ready? One more shuffle. I'm going to say this. Thank you guys so much. You guys fill my life with so much joy, and I'm so grateful to get to do this with you guys. It's everything to me to get to engage these cards that have saved my literal life with you, strangers on the internet, and spread their joy as far and wide as I possibly can. It makes me laugh every time I get to go after some dumbass dude. Everything about this is a positive. If you would like to talk further to me about any of the things you have going on, please reach out. We can book a private session, a private one-on-one tarot reading session. We do it through Zoom. It's simple. It's direct. It's fun. Thank you, Joanne. And you would know. You've been such a support this entire time, Joanne. And Joanne Lawson is an absolute fucking, pardon my French, that's how excited I am, is an absolute pantheon level hero of the Tarot Morning Wisdom community, as we have learned what we have learned. And I'm just so impressed with you, Joanne. Know that's coming from the bottom of my heart. Anyway, if you'd like to book a private reading, you know how to do it. You go to the links. Or if you don't want to do that, if you can't find the bleeping links, just hit me up in the TikTok DMs. I'll find you. And we can talk. It's simple as that. All right, I am throwing one more card for the collective here. Get ready. This is taking us into our weekend. And taking me into my weekend, because this is my Tarot Morning Wisdom card of the day as well, which I'm going to then, off the air, spin out into a 13-card Solomon spread for me, myself, and I. I'm excited to find out what the cards have to say to me after all of this. Woof, I hope it's good. Here we go, friends. Card to send us on our way out the door as we say goodbye to the Tarot Morning Wisdom stream of May 22nd, 2026. Here it comes, kids. Ready, set, absolute freedom, limitlessness. How do we... Sorry, I thought that was somebody knocking at the door, somebody hammering. How do we experience a world without rules? How do we give ourselves permission to experience a world without rules? How can we give ourselves maximum permission to do that which we are called to do without fear? That is the question that the Fool puts on the table, and that's the question I'm offering each and every one of you. I'm not telling you to go out there and be unsafe, you know that. I'm saying, what if instead of setting a bunch of parameters around yourself this weekend, you say, you know what, let's just go for it. Thank you, Khadija. How are you doing, Queen? Look, we're wrapping it up here. It's been 3 hours and 2 minutes of this business. I'm sure the neighbor's ready to sniper rifle me out of this bleeping apartment right now for all the yelling I've been doing, but I'm sorry, I get excited when I do this, friends. I love each and every one of you. I will see you on Monday. If you want to get a hold of me, you know how. If you want to book a private reading, you know how. Go be the Fool in the best possible way. Go be the Fool in the best possible way. That's my message to you this weekend. Have a great weekend. Have a safe weekend. I love each and every one of you. As I've said, I will talk to you on Monday. Go have fun. Bye.